television. Spoon radio station. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Funjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kepa, crunchy like my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment. Go to there. Go to there. On the spoon. Yes, I information. On the spoon. To be yes, Spoon television. Yes,
and your boy Friday the South.
Well, folks,
on the beat.
Welcome once again to the biggest thing that takes place on radio, online at about this time. Spoon Talk, live on Spoon 107.5 FM, Fabric 101.1 FM, Super 95.5 FM. And we're also live on Super TV, Fabric TV, and of course Spoon TV. We're also live online on YouTube, Spoon Talk. Welcome, my name is Aaron Kuban, and I'm your sound coordinator for tonight's edition of the program. Today is Saturday, and it's the 11th day of March. Let me say good evening and welcome. Let me go across and say good evening to Dr. Rachel Singh. Good afternoon, based on the time for your Saturday. I don't know if it's in the evening or in the afternoon, but I know it's the afternoon, right?
Yeah, it's afternoon, Aaron. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and I'm so very much glad to be here tonight, serving in this position once again. Like I said, it's on a Saturday now, so most of the time it's not easy to get here during the weekend and that. But there's something that we sign up to, and it's just good that we come and serve the people. Yes, because they look up to us a whole lot. So I'm here and I'm okay.
Aaron, I'm very happy, for your attitude of serving the people. Despite all of the challenges, you've still made a way to be here today. I too, honestly, to tell you the truth, I've been on my Liberia business actually since I woke up this morning. As you might know, and the audience might know, I grew up in Bon Mines. And for the past 19, 20 years, me and some of my alumni, like my colleagues, people who I graduated from that I actually have they may had an opportunity to come to the United States. We have sponsored students and also have opened a resource center at the Bond Central High School. And we had an opportunity to interview, I think, 3 persons by way of Zoom today because we have some positions that are open for the resource center. So I've been interviewing someone from 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, and here I am. I only had like a few hours in between, and here I am today, working for the people of Liberia. James Goode is also here. We all are giving up something, our time. You probably had to be out today wanting to be with your friends and family, but we
Mm.
decided to be here to serve our Liberian people, to give them the information as we hear it. Well, James Goode be sending me the link fast, fast at that. I know something up because when he sent the link 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. So let me hear from James Goode. James got something on his sleeve today, but I know you won't talk it now or he'll talk it later. But anyway, let's start. Aaron, tell the trending news, yeah.
Nothing.
Yes. Uh,
That
James, James,
James Goode,
James,
collaborate.
James is planning something. Yes. So let me just say, James planned something. James got certain breaking news.
I tell
Uh,
you.
but we know that today is Saturday, and like I said, most things, most news are not really happening during the weekends. People want to
Mhm,
relax and cool up, but things will still happen. There'll be news all around. We know about the issue about the University of Liberia,
mhm.
the alleged attack against uh, this Luscious Howard,
Luscious.
the
Yes.
administrative assistant in the office of Finance Minister Samuel Toye. Since that video was posted and went viral, there have been some statements made, some individuals condemning the act by people believed to be members of the Student Unification Party on the University of Liberia. And so today, one of the student political group there called PROSA, they had a press conference
Mm-hmm.
and they condemned the the Student Unification Party,
Mm,
uh, and also condemned the Coalition for Democratic Change based
mm,
on the statement from Carlos Gray, stating that he will go on the campus. To them, they believe that a term of going to campus to have lunch, it is intended to cause a bloodbath on the campus. They believe that will spark more violence than resolving some of those issues that are taking place on the campus. And so
mhm,
they called both institutions out to do away with violence, but they also stated that they will
mhm,
be on the campus. Pro side saying that they will be on the campus on Monday also to defend the students against Prosa, against Soup and the uh, lawmaker and his group. So they're going to be there, like they will usually say, will be at the barricade, defending the students, their rights to education. So all of the students should go on campus on Monday. They should not be afraid. The Progressive Student Alliance, according to them, they will be on campus defending um, the students to make sure that they go to class and learn peacefully. So we're looking out for Monday what will happen.
mhm,
Um, then the next issue here is the breaking news that everybody talking about now. The
mhm,
Coalition for Democratic Change received about six other political parties. Some of those parties knew, some of them participated in the 2017 election, like the United People's Party, the PUP, and the People Liberation Party. I mean, not the People Liberation Party, but Movement for Economic Empowerment. But the rest of the other parties, they sound new, but six political parties joined the Coalition for Democratic Change
mhm,
today, bringing up to nine political parties within the coalition. Like I learned, those it was not just a mere endorsement, but it was an inclusion into the coalition for democratic change. And then the chairman of the coalition for democratic change, speaking at that event, said that they expected that they would have won. They were about 60% sure that they will win the 2023 election, but now with those political parties joining, they are over 75% sure of winning a first round victory. What this means is that the political parties, while they remain huge when it comes to registered political parties, but those institutions that will be feeding presidential candidates are less. Okay, they will be very low, and that means that we will not have a issue about choosing over 20 to 25 political parties, because we know that there is similar thing in the Puebla with the Unity Party, the CPP, and with this happening, it means that the number of political parties feeding presidential candidates will be very much low, and we will not go through the hurdles of looking between which political party to choose. The numbers might be lower than 10. It will be okay that way. Maybe we might just have a first round, victory for any of the candidates, maybe President Weah or Joseph Boaka or the Zana Kumis or any of the uh, presidential candidates on the ballot in 2023 October.
Wow, I see why James was calling me fast like that. Interesting breaking news. Wow, I don't even know what to say. Every day things are changing in Liberia. Well,
Yeah, so I saw some of the comments that are just sorry. I just wanted to name the political parties because I didn't call them in row. So the six political parties are the Union of Liberia Democrat, United People's Party (PUP), Redemption Democratic Congress, Change Democratic Action, People Liberation Party, and the Movement for Economic Empowerment. My friend James Goodeflomo is very good at checking the numbers, the percentage some of the political parties got. Maybe 0.2, 0.2,
yeah, so
1.1. So James already did that. So James will tell us those political parties that contested in 2017, like the Move and the PUP, how many percent they got in 2017. And especially for Move, that Emil Jones is no longer there. He was one person that was sharing Christmas gift around here, sharing money. And he's no longer there. So
brother, the thing we talk, the thing we hearing. It's a thing we hearing. And I say, continue.
No, the thing about it.
They now press the clap. The whole party now spoil.
And they give you funny and you laughing. The thing about it, Jesus,
I don't want
the whole something is now press the clap. People
I don't want to get the other news that Jesus.
So what Jesus started tapping fast, I mean, if you need to, who are you not going to research all the percentage that the people had during the last election? Now, what you do, who come here today to talk to us?
No, nobody coming, but the news are coming up. And that is my colleague Choco and I was just calling their party leaders. The men say, "How you got it? We will call you by. Everything's spoil. Everything's spoil. Everything's spoil."
So
move for the answer.
On the party, the leader they want to talk.
The for the answer, the city that happy to come is not happy to move.
What do you mean the city that happy to come is not happy to move? What do you mean?
That no, but Kumis it was before the event. But that
was before the event. They made it after the event. They give it to them that day. It lost for in the car.
So I'm understanding you guys today. So the people who are going to go join the CDC, they're not sure.
I'm coming. Reliable information I have getting, and I spoke with the chairman through my colleague Chokon Flammer. We just called the chairman of Move. Yeah, we just called him, and he's like traumatized as we speak. Currently, the man traumatized completely. He can't talk on the phone. He said, "I'm coming. I'll call you back." After the event, they got 30,000 United States dollars. And the person who had the money in his vehicle, he said the money lost.
30K lost.
So who gave them this 30K money here?
But who will give it to them? That would go in those.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make something clear.
That is our transportation.
The 30K lost 30,000 United States dollars.
Wow.
Yeah. So now they are on it. We spoke with the chairman. Go ahead.
So there's an expectation that when you endorse a party, you're supposed to get small something 30,000. Huh?
Oh yeah,
or
it's
a boss.
normal.
But that already
That
those
that,
people
that
they
business
just
politics
to move out.
in Liberia, that business. If I'm endorsing you, I should get something in return. So that is how they do it, but it should not be like that. So the
Mm-hmm.
information we're getting now, the chairman said he will call us back. We call another another leader within the youth sector.
Mm-hmm.
He also said that the team will get that the information they brought out is too disappointing, but I'll call you back. So
30,000 more.
yeah, 30,000 is like 80% confirmed. It's confirmed that it gone missing. Two persons are currently at the police station as suspects.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is for the move.
Yeah, move. We're talking about PLP and other people
No,
just
but
move.
James, what I noticed, like Move was heading this entire thing, even though it was, done
Yes.
at at the PLP headquarters, but Move was heading this entire thing. So
Yeah.
apparently they gave that money for it to be distributed among those 6 political parties and Move.
The money,
Instead of that, the money disappeared. 30,000.
the money was for all the 6 parties that endorsed CDC today.
So the $30,000.
Yes, the 30,000 was intended for them, but they are now saying that the money gone missing. According to the guy we spoke to, he said they are in meeting as we speak. He said they are currently in meeting. Confusion now break up. And more everybody, haters scatter. The other party running so, the other party running so. So now they are in meeting. So we will keep updating you on the show.
People are taking our country for a joke.
Yeah.
This is serious, just because of one business, they're saying that they collaborating with another party and then the money and then they bribing, they're giving another party money.
Yes, so we will keep updating you on the show.
Yes, please do.
As we keep getting information from them. They are currently in meeting. The 6 parties, their leaders are currently in meeting. The 30,000 gone missing. They don't know who took the money from the car. 2 persons were arrested. They turned it over to the police. They are currently at the police station, but the leadership have not confirmed it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
thank you.
So the leadership have not confirmed it. Then let's go to the most important part of the endorsement. Today, out of the 100%, when we went to 2017 election, the presidential election, let's be specific, the presidential election, we have 100% of the vote. And out of that, President we are today reluctantly got 1.8% endorsing him. That is
so that means we add all the parties that are key to
all the parties that are endorsed President we are, when you add everybody together, is 1.8%.
But James, some of the political parties that are here, they've not even
No. Two parties they don't take part, so we're not including them.
PLP or not there?
Yeah, PLP was not there. Two parties did not take part.
So what about change Democratic Action? Did they fee candidate in the last election?
Yes, they got 0.11%. You just want me to call the people percentage that what you talking all that for.
So that was in 2017 because our 2017 number.
Yes, 2017 they got 2017 move got 0.83%. Change Democratic Action got 0.11%. Redemption Democratic Congress got 0.32%. And United People's Party got 0.58%. So if you add everything,
look how he emphasized
everything, President we are got 1.8% telling him, Papi, we for you. But just Boakai, what happened at one time where we were saying Boakai hand slippery? He never said more than that. It's about 20%. The political parties that went at that place to say they're going to read statement. So
MPC got better than political parties, James?
Yes. Because we taking Liberty Party into consideration, and when ANC to go, we will take Liberty Party. So Liberty Party are two smaller now. We will take them so and take them so. That we agree.
I gotta sneeze on that one. But Eric, it'd be funny, huh? But okay, let's welcome Our CDC panelist, Samuel Wozi, to the show. And he's here because, and I emphasize that because I want people who are in the CDC party to know that we welcome them to Spoon. We want them to come and tell us, their views about this whole collaboration and what, there's a thought here that they are forming with these other parties. If they can even call in or tell us how true it is, we will appreciate that. This is what the show is about.
Yeah, so we're waiting for them to confirm.
Yes, confirm or deny whatever it is. So we are a network that enjoys having other party members. So please come on, CDC, come and tell us your side of the story. James, is there anything else you'd like to add? You and Aaron, anything else y'all want to add to? Because this is very interesting. We heard.
Yeah, that's just the most important part there, because one of the parties that endorse President Weah political leader is also the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Which party is that?
Move political leader is Minister who is the Foreign Minister of Liberia. So it's like he just pledged support to his boss today.
And I also heard that even the chairman of Move is administrative assistant to the foreign minister. So
yeah, Sama.
Yeah, Robert Sami. Yeah.
Robert Sami.
I guess
he works in the office of the foreign minister. So those are things that are just obvious, working in the government. The chairman of the party is working in the office of the foreign minister. The foreign minister is the political leader of the party. So it's just obvious that they would have done what they did today.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Wozi, any thoughts? Even though there's a lot to chew on right now. We have 6 political parties that I don't know if they endorse or they are collaborating. I don't know what the word is, what the buzzword is in Liberia right now about people, or they join or they agree to. I don't know. They agree to endorse, depending on who you ask. That's what they'll tell you. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking right now?
Well, as you see, you can tell from my countenance as a professional psychologist, I know you will agree with me that I'm kind of baffled by what's happening in Liberia. And first of all, I'm happy to hear that some Liberians from quote-unquote different political parties decided to endorse our party. But as a student of numbers, I have been trying to analyze percentage implication. So if we were to do a ratio analysis, you look at 1.8% of a certain bloc endorsing the ruling party, and then you go back to analyze each political institution. Who are they? What's the history? Where did they stand in the past elections? First of all, UPP. UPP, I don't know whether it's still headed by Mr. McDonough Wunto, but UPP endorsed President Weah at the CDC in 2017. So it's not a news. UPP was given a position, the ambassador to Japan, Blamo Nelson. You come to RODC. RODC was founded by the late George Dewey, who, may his soul rest in peace, from Grangida. Doing one of my trips to South Korea, I made a brief stop to Lagos. And then I met him at the airport. He told me jokingly, but then I was still assistant minister. He said, "Oh, my son, so same we dress you now, you run away, a banner on call your cancer." I said, "Chief, the boss will get in touch with you." So I know he died grieving because the party did not benefit anything from the revolution. The CDA, of Ambassador McIntosh. Chairman is a pastor. I don't know whether he got bicycle now or motorbike, but I remember the last time I saw him walking from Burraville to Monrovia.
Who again? Say that again.
The CDA, the party, one of the parties, the CDA. The last time I saw him, he was walking from Burraville to Monrovia.
Change Democratic Action.
Yeah. So they look at Move. Move, as good they put it, Move is headed by current Foreign Minister, my own traditional uncle, Kemeya. And to be Foreign Minister, I mean, that's one of the best positions in government. I think he's a dean of the cabinet. So I'm finding it difficult, and I'm sitting here and trying to fathom the reason why our people give it so much, try to give it so much optics as if it's an achievement. It's not an achievement because it's nothing new. And I'm afraid that we are treading the wrong path as a political institution. And that one reason why some of them keep doubting our support and our partisanship, because we are internally scheming on ourselves. You go and create false optic, and then the people who you need, making palaver with them. We need MDR, my friend. All the other stage making and for nothing running around we're doing. You need MDR. You need the Nibayans. You need the institution called MDR. Taking insignificant political parties, I ain't getting numbers, 8%. Okay, UPP. UPP claims that our base is Clarendon or Bourgeois Island. Why is CDC stronghold? CDC stronghold is the same Bourgeois Island. When I say stronghold, meaning the past elections, doing trend analysis, if you have to go back the past 2 to 3 elections, you find out that Bourgeois Island is somewhere that the CDC have always won. RDC, they feel southeastern us. What is the CDC strain in the southeastern part of Liberia? It's good. You look at the PLP. PLP is a constituentless party. It does not have a political competition history. Except for those cars that Ocasio bought, that parking there. Those are the partisans. But they do not have the capacity to give numbers. So let's assume it's a PLP political stronghold is Lofa. You have Joseph Baka there. It will be an act of hardcore self-deceit for you to sit down and say PLP will give you Lofa. You got ULD, Union of Liberian Democrats. Yeah, it's one of the tested parties. In 2005, the Union of Liberian Democrats put some votes on Dr. Boto, but since then, the party has not done anything in any elections, any sensible thing. So which means the small bandit vote in Lofa is shared between the ULD and the PLP. So technically speaking, they come to the CDC because the CDC is a ruling party. On the overall, what I saw today, the dramatization, all the battle cries, were just there to at least maybe, when you start in politics, when you start celebrating anything, that means you are already struggling. And I'm afraid that the kind of optic we're trying to create and what we are doing is not working in our favor. Instead of taking on a dismissive posture and saying, when those who were with us before leave, we got the money, we got the influence, we will attract more supporters. That kind of mentality is what usually results to election violence in Africa. Because the ruling party will say, okay, since we're in power, if Mr. X, who we promised before and we betrayed, leaves, we will use money and we will get other people on the other side to come and join us. Now you go to the elections, the people you try using to bluff the other people who really work for you with the numbers fail to give you numbers. You have to manufacture your own numbers. I think that's where we are headed as an institution. I think you are muted.
Hold that thought. Manufacturing numbers. That's an interesting thought right there.
You will have to, yeah.
Okay,
because
I'm interested in hearing more about that. But in essence, I'm hearing you say that these people that came today, they're not bringing anything to.
No.
When you look at their activities in a country, We're not even going to just look at the numbers that they had in 2017, okay? But we haven't really seen them even going out or reaching to say if their number increased. We don't even know, you know. Like we have seen other political parties, like, you know, we see you know, UP people, they going out there, Buckeye having speech and stuff like that. We also have seen Cummings going out there, his people going out there. But I don't know if the last time I even heard a call from Move. I don't remember that. I don't PLP would know it has been in the news because of Cassell, who passed away recently. So we are saying that according to James' math that he did 1.8%. That's the contribution when we look at 2017 number that these people will bring. And then what is the point you are asking, was you are saying, what is the point? What are these people bringing? These people, one of them, you said,
celebrating them. Why are we celebrating them? When you have, for example, right, the MDR of Senator Prince Johnson is threatening to go to United Party. That's a major matter. There is a group called the Rainbow Coalition. This Rainbow Coalition is 98% comprised of political parties that endorsed the CDC in 2017. And mind you, this very move is divided on which side to go. Because I know that the former Deputy Managing Director for Technical Services at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation is heading a group that is a member of the Rainbow Coalition that is now supporting the bid of former Vice President Joseph Yimam Boaka of the Unity Party. And then there is a segment of the Labour Party that is also supporting the Unity Party. So then we tend to wonder, why is it that with all the incumbent advantage we have, why are we mismanaging our political assets, and why are we so dismissive towards people who work with us in 2017 that gave us victory, that led to our elections? Why are we so dismissive towards them? Why can we synchronous interest with them? Why are they
points, Mr. Wazzy, you're raising some really, really good points here. And I just want to just tell the audience and the viewers that, you know, we're waiting, you know, our other panelists to join us. So we're just having some conversations about the trending news that is in Liberia. For example, one news is that 6 political parties either collaborated or endorsed CDC. That's what we're talking about right now. You know, Mr. Wazzy, somebody or anybody else, James, somebody can ask, and I think this guy just asked us, for example, I think Charlie Gray just said, elections is about numbers. So every number count. 2%, all of those percentage they're telling us count. So why wouldn't the CDC be happy to endorse even if these people even got 1.8%?
Now let me tell you the reason. And 1.8%, and even that 1.8% of fracture one is not even reliable as it appeared in 2018. In 2017, it won't appear like that in 2023, assuming that parties succeed in governing, also governance in the same amount of vote. It won't make any difference. Now, 1.8% of this number is below the collective support of the Rainbow Coalition. Look at all the Rainbow Coalition. This Lady Party, Have a Move, and other small parties that endorse the CDC, ACOP, and other parties that are no longer interested in supporting the CDC. Now, some of us who call ourselves patriotic individuals, who look at our partisanship now on the basis of deception and hypocrisy, think that those who are the echelon of our party supposed to put into place a mechanism, leave the external barrier out. They're supposed to, instead of taking on this dismissive posture, they're supposed to be the one to mend the broken fence. So it is external barrier and the external barrier of other parties that endorsed us in 2017 got issued, they are the one who's supposed to step in and say, you know what, let's fix this thing and make progress. You're sorry. But they say, okay, because we're ruling party, we got the money, we got the influence, we can get anybody to support, or we are going to win by all means. You can say that in a democratic environment. Because people will not say that I allow you to just declare yourself winner and they say, yeah, that's true. Except where we have maybe a structure behind the scene that we will use as a repressive agent on anybody who will reject the election result. If that's the case, then I rest my debate. But if we are all committed to upholding democracy, a participatory democracy, if we are all committed to upholding and advancing the doctrines of multipartyism in Liberia, which we suffered to birth as a country, it means we must master the political idea of synchronization of interest, reaching out and be more accommodative on the basis of mutual understanding. Because this number 1.8 does not speak to any victory. We all know that. Look, Dr. Richardson, I play a pivotal role in the election of President George Weah, and that's not a secret. And that's why when I appear on a platform to speak, I speak fearlessly, because nobody in the CDC, not even the government, can tell me about how President Weah became president. I travel with President Weah almost everywhere during the campaign. When I say everywhere, I mean almost everywhere. Besides the trip to Africa and maybe out of Liberia. I stopped myself for a whole year from traveling all of Liberia. I used to ride motorbikes to go to from radio station to radio station. James Flomo knows that. Many days I used to sleep at the party headquarters. I left my family home, running up and down. So for people who are ministers today, who are managing directors today, or who were able to give their girlfriends, their brothers and sisters all the big jobs, well, they can take the revolution. But we will not sit down and allow them to do anything as they want to do, because they don't have one vote. They got one single vote. When the time comes for policy discussions, most of the people who here making noise, based in battle cry, they can't tell you anything. If somebody asks them now, what is the milestone of the proper agenda? They can't tell you anything besides maybe finding men to beat on you. But to debate it.
Mr. Wasi, I'm going to ask you an off question. Is a little bit not related to our conversation. So some of your critics might say you are thinking, oh, the collaboration of these 6 parties, this, that came to endorse CDC. You might say that it doesn't mean a lot because you are upset with the CDC. You are disenchanted with the CDC party. How would you answer that?
Look, let me tell you something. People who know my history will tell you, if I'm not part of something, I leave. I was part of an institution before I joined the CDC. And I did not join the CDC when CDC during the second round of the elections. Google my name. From scratch, I mean, when there was no hope for the CDC, when nobody ever thought CDC were going to win, that's when I began my sedition. So people know my history. They got their own issue against me, and I can't stop them from judging me. I don't have a problem with that. But when I got dismissed from my post, my newspaper, The Cyclone, published, another edition. I thank President Weah for the opportunity. President Weah used to call me. I had unhindered access to him. Not a day I ever insulted him. So what we want now, some of them will not understand. But after the election, they will get to know. Or as we go closer to elections, they will get to appreciate us. Look, I'm not a blind loyalist. Even at the Ministry of Information where I was assigned, I didn't really need that job. They know that very well. Now, in 2016, during one of my meetings with President Weah at his office, at the Capitol building, the current Inspector General of Commerce ushered me, because she was then, I think, an assistant in his office. When we met, he told me, he said, look, Wozie, we're going to elections, and I need people like you around, because when we win, we need people like you around to work along, to take instruction, to help us so that we can provide governance in this country. President Weah told me that one-on-one. And then when I was leaving, he told me, pay away. He gave me $200.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I never wanted, I never got paid for the campaign I ran. No. Neither did I go about crying foul and making noise all over the place for any benefit. No. Well, let me tell you something. You have people around who hijacked the revolution. And they are going to be the cause to President. We have lost the election. They will be held responsible. And they will not go unpunished. Trust me when I say so. Now, I know the mobilization we did for Electoral as a party.
So we'll see if I can interrupt you right there. When you say there are certain people that hijacked the revolution, what do you mean? I mean, what do you mean?
There are people who enjoy the suppression of true seditions. Do you know how many qualified seditions we have in our party? You know how many qualified people? Some of the very people in the party, when President Weah asked them for names to appoint, they gave non-seditions name. Some of them are Ministry of Information. Some of them are at different institutions in government. And they don't have extra qualification than the people in the CDC who are qualified. So you see, a party that is comprised of some executives who are schemers, they scheme on the party. Look, you look at the lady from Maritime, right? Her name she was nominated and rejected. Then they say her name back again. For what? Look in the CDC. You have qualified people there. If they reject somebody, we draw their name and say another qualified person. What is her capacity? Why did the Senate reject her? You need to ask those hard questions. If people think we will sit here because we are seditions and allow people to be irresponsible and senseless, and we celebrate them, then you be joking. And we're not going to resign from the CDC. No, you can keep all the job, keep all the money. We will be there to show light on some of these issues. We just need them to act responsible and make strategic moves. Somebody sent me text, "Hi, I'm clueless." Oh, the man is clueless. He does not understand what you're talking about. Now, you don't want me to resign from CDC and that tell you that I'm not clueless, because some are in the best position to critique the policies of the government than anybody.
So Mr. Wozi, I'm hearing you say that part of the movement goals include like making sure Liberia is a better place. If you're going to put people in position of power to do a job, they should do a good job. You shouldn't just be bringing people because of your family relationship or because, you know, they didn't pass the first time when they went to the legislature, then you bring them back again because
they're not the people, yes, and we have 25 people in CDC. So if you nominate a lady for a deputy maritime boss, she goes to the Senate, she gets rejected. My friend, go to the CDC, look for someone with qualification, get in a position, let them go there and serve.
They have to be CDC or any Liberian.
Well, and look, let me tell you something. When a political party comes to power, they take responsibility of the governance process.
Yes.
Within the details of government doctrine, it's important that first of all, you look in your party, look for a qualified person. You can also look out, but loyalty matters a lot. You can appoint your partisan, but they've got to be qualified. That's the kind of system we supported. Now, we fought what we call the cartel. We did not fight the cartel for us to come to power and try to build our own cartel. That's contradiction of the revolution. That's some of our point.
So, Mr. Wozi, don't you think by putting in only CDC people in, you are doing exactly what the cartel did? Because the cartel put their people in.
Let me tell you what the cartel did. And I will tell you what. When we talk about the cartel, we're talking about a system of elitism on people who think that they are the only one that qualify. You don't have to take everybody from America here. Look at smart students from the University of Liberia. I give you a lot of history, right?
I'm going to hold you here, Mr. Wozi, and I'm going to hold you here today. Yeah, James, give me 1 second and we'll go to James. But I'm hearing you say that the mission was to hire seditions, not just going to the university.
I said, first of all, you want, as a ruling party, you want to be able to utilize the expertise. Because you see, when you say you want to govern, you must have a team to govern with you. Wozi cannot say he's a political leader of the CDC or UPP, for example. He said you won't be president or you won't be a political leader. He comes to power, then you go to Unity Party and take all the people from CDC or Unity Party, then you bring in here government. That simply means, you know the message? In a serious political environment, it simply means that my party is not qualified to govern. That's what it means.
Well, is it possible that the people in CDC are not possible to govern? Is there a possibility?
No, I'm telling you that what it means. Because if you come to power as a president, then you look at people, for example, I have one person, I don't have personal issue against some of the officials. What the hell you take a minister who spent 9 years as minister in alien government, who did not perform, they got no performance history at the Ministry of Transport, you maintain them again in the CDC-led government when you got nothing extra that he ever performed there. The master transport plan implementation is a mess. We all know that. You maintain Madam Mary Bro. What the extra she doing that Kotati Kanga can do? We got a lot of guys see like Party Francis and other people.
Yes. So, Mr. Wozi, hold your thought. I'm enjoying your fire today. I'm enjoying the way that you.
Sometimes you see, look. We just sit on the show and pressing. I'm not a press singer. Because let me tell you, we have a lot at stake. This is not about merrymaking. You just call people, you have green style, the Hennessy, this and that, you start dancing all day. We're not here for that. The governance process is more than that.
Yes, I understand. So let me hold that thought, okay? Let me just welcome Colonel Remy Gray to the show, and James Goodday has something that he wanted to offer. James Goodday, can you please let us know what's happening?
Specifically, I wanted to ask Mr. Wozi. Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Everything okay. Mr. Wozi, you spent 7 years with the Unity Party from 2009 to the ending part of 2015. Yes, from 2009 to 2015, you left the Unity Party and you joined the CDC few months to 2017.
No, I didn't join the CDC few months to 2017.
I'm coming, Mr. Wozi.
Officially, yes.
You left the Unity Party 2015 and you joined the CDC in 2016. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And
2005 second round, I suppose the CDC. The records are there.
I'm saying you joined the Unity Party in 2009.
Give me that history. Like, don't let you know my history. Just ask me, I will tell you.
Mr. Wozi on fire today.
You joined the Unity Party in 2009.
Ask me when you joined Unity Party. What was the initial political history? That I will explain to you.
No, I don't want to know about the initial political history. I just want to get something connected between the Unity Party and the CDC. You went when you went to the Unity Party, you worked in the Unity Party administration. You worked at NTA. You worked as a financial consultant. You did so many works in the Unity Party administration. But just a couple of years to 2017, you resigned. You left after 7 consecutive years. You left, and the very day you joined the CDC in 2016, you were appointed by President Weah as the PRO or the public relation manager or whoever. Okay, why you left the Unity Party? Why you left the Unity Party? Because folks have different perception, but I want to get they have different view. I just want to get your view. Why you left the Unity Party? I'm coming. When Unity Party give you, I'm coming. 1 minute. When Unity Party give you all, within our 7 years, you worked throughout, you left, and then you crossed over to CDC. Why you left? Is it that you did not see future?
Now, let me tell you something. Good day. I like your question, and I think you're the first person, journalist, braving the storm to ask me this question. I originally was a member of the Liberia Action Party. And during the first round of the election in 2005, we supported Councillor Sherman. And me, Justin Zibo, my brother Patrick, few of us. I was on the planning committee as a young man. And then the second round, we endorsed President Weah. We were assigned in Cape Mount. I spent some time in Cape Mount for CDC. Later on, we went to Lofa along with my brother Patrick. Now, from the Liberia Action Party end, because we endorsed CDC at the time, we worked in CDC. So there's so many people talking in CDC. They were not around at the time.
Yeah, I'm talking about Unity Party.
Now, let me give you a history, then we'll come to that. Now, in 2009, President Saliu started using her influence to muzzle the Liberation Party, threatening Councillor Sherman's contract with Firestone and other stuff. So you had an executive committee meeting, and then he proffered the idea because his business interests were at stake. That he thought it was important. President Saliva asked him to bring Liberal Action Party, what she called the original parties, to the Unity Party. I was one of those who stood up and told the late, which of the door died, the Tapla door or Tapla door, the other one, the family. Chubedo. My brother Patrick and I, who is Patrick, I think is still a Unity Party man. We were among the folks who rejected the idea of us joining the Unity Party on the grounds that we did not trust Madam Salif. It didn't go far. The executive committee made a decision, and then they declared Action Party part of Unity Party. But because of our stand, Madam Salif did not trust us. That's the reason why I was never appointed by her, because she knew that I was not in support of the entire stuff. When I won the primaries to contest a representative, Madam Salif did her best to honor my campaign in my district, in district number 12. She endorsed an independent candidate because she kept that against some of us. Now, I worked in the Unity Party for a couple of years as Secretary General for Strategic Planning. I work on a committee with Mr. Amara Kone, former Finance Minister, with Boom Wilson, with Sheikh Abdul Baki. These are all statisticians, economists, good guys. At the time, the current Finance Minister, Minister Tue, was a consultant in the Unity Party-led government, although a sedition. Now, that's why, and then we work on other committees, including the review of the Agenda for Transformation and Development, all those policies. Now, I got a job. I was vetted, and mind you, Unity Party did not appoint me to any position. I applied for a job at the NTA as comptroller. Later on, I was employed as procurement manager. The records are there. But before then, when I served the Tipo Police briefly at the port, I rose to several positions. Gangway supervisor, operations coordinator, and I resigned. And I took on a job at the NPA, at the NTA. Later, when I left from there, I became financial consultant at NASCO. I worked for about a year, and I left from there. In 2015, I became head of administration for the Rabat International Airport Project Implementation Unit, where I served briefly, and Mr. Robert Salihu and I were not friendly. Said they wanted to reconstitute the PIU, and then they had us. They told us that they were not going to continue. And
did you come a question?
I come in now. Hold on.
Yeah, Mr. Watson, can you get to his question because we need to, Mr.
You know, get me. Oh, just trying to provide that clarity, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I have some issues, and I raised a couple of issues with even the former vice president. I met him at his house on many occasions. I said, look, the structure of the Unity Party, there was a woman in Nimba who died. And I raised that issue with Mr. B. and Kesley. And I told them that if they couldn't look after some of those partisans who struggle for the party, amidst the enormous opportunity, I was going to resign. Because the way things were going, they were not really in line with what we promised the people. Manasali didn't care, and there was so much fire between she and her vice president. So I decided I didn't want to see myself in the middle of all those hustles and tussles in the party, taking one side to be Lufap side, another side to be Congo side. That was how I respectfully wrote the chairman, and I explained to him my disappointment, and how I didn't see the need to continue being a member of the party, and how I left. When I left, I started associating. Now, I went back to the CDC. In 2015, I Mr. Gabriel Yinka. We used to put there Mr. Weir for his senatorial bid, but I was not one of those all already passing around. But we did our best, and I didn't go seeking flower or some certificate for that.
I did not get it. We did not get a minute. We did not get a reason why you left.
Well, you say you did not get. What you want me
I
to
said
say?
we did not get it. You were not clear. We did not get it.
You said we. You and who did not get it?
For
The public.
Didn't you get the reason why I left?
No.
I said I left on principal reasons, principal grounds.
Mr. Wazzy?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So thank you. And I'm also told you are still working as a consultant to the current regime.
I'm working as a consultant. What kind of consultant?
I'm just asking. I don't know.
You are supposed to be on
I'm
the
asking if you are.
Okay.
Man, no,
can you guys hold the show for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Wazzy, could you just hold on for a second, please? We're gonna have to start the show.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have Mr. Al Hussein on the show. Mr. Remy Great just came.
Please.
Say that again.
I'm telling Good to publish my contract, my consultancy contract.
No, I'm just asking you.
You're speaking over me.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay. So it'll be nice for us to just go ahead and sort of start the show. As we got started talking about the 6 political parties that joined, and Mr. Wazzy gave his opinion about the joining of the 6 political party, and therefore is extended into this conversation. Fascinating conversation about his history with Unity Party that led on to the CDC, and how he believes that the CDC they are not meeting their mandate. Mr. Remy Gray, something happened in Liberia today. I'm sure you heard 6 political party. I'm not sure if endorsement is the right word, or collaborating with the CDC. And the CDC was very excited about this today. So what are your thoughts about it? And then we're going to go on to Al Hussein. And then, of course, we'll go on to Good Day.
Good day, madam, of course, fellow panelists, and those who are directing the show here. Thank you so much. But to say the least, I don't see. I think what the way administration is trying to do, or the CDC as a whole, they're trying to create this facade and this window dressing, beautifying that the coalition they have ongoing is still viable. These mushrooms party, I will call them, a bunch of mushroom, just scattered all over the place. People who have lent, support to the CDC or Mr. Weir before. It's not strange. You're talking about the likes of the McDonald Wento. You're talking about the likes of the Kimaya, who is foreign minister. You're talking about, um, one or two other guys there. But ever since the death of Daniel Cassell, I think the life of his Liberation Party is just on life, life support. But so the natural thing they would do to keep their relevance is probably to announce that they're part of a bigger unit, a bigger entity. But I see this as a whiplash, like something that you think has some significance, but it has nothing. Um, and I would say my own focus is more geared towards the civil war that is about to ensue in the Unity Party. And Ben and I, laid the groundwork. Him and his son, they have become a bottleneck that is weighing down the Unity Party to the ground. And so, but this collaboration, madam, don't don't be don't be don't be aloof about it. It's nothing. It's smoke screen, and it's not going to go anywhere because the CDC is crumbling. They're struggling.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gray. Mr. Hassan, I would like to give you the opportunity to respond to what you heard in the news today. Six political party uh, agreed to work with CDC, and they're presenting this in a way that is like they now have more political parties working with them. So, what are your thoughts on this whole thing? And then we'll go back to Mr. Wazi.
The thing is, the thing I like about the CDC, they always claim exclusivity. They always the first thing since 1847. Prior to this, the first time six political parties have come together since 1847. But one thing, it comes at no surprise, and I've always said it on the platform and other platforms that um, with the proliferation of political parties in Liberia, we do not have strong institutions. Most of those parties are just there in name, like the PUP for PLP or PUP. The brand was Daniel Cassell. Once he's may his soul rest in peace, he's gone. They're just around looking for relevance. It's the same with every political institution. People look at the head, the figurehead, the person that actually are sponsoring the party. So I don't really care about political parties much in Liberia. I'm more concerned about the individual that are leading the party because those are the people that actually drive what happens in the party. Uh, George Weah is an incumbent, or they have unlimited access to cash. Of course, this is the time I call it the silly season because people go crazy with money, and money will change and people will come. But one thing I know for a fact is that uh, if you are an abuser, if you have certain traits, those things doesn't leave overnight.
That's what you
It's
see this part, right?
yeah, the CDC have positioned themselves to be a party that do not honor agreements. Everybody know that. They know that if you look right after 2017, we have
And
even
it's
a good friend, Mr. Bility, Musa Bility joined did something. We saw the Ben Savvy. We saw a lot of people, Israel Akisai, a lot of people, went to the CDC. Few months later, few years later, less than 2 years, where are they today? Who can do an entire documentary on people that joined CDC? Where are they today? They have all scattered, vexed, disgruntled, and angry. So they were not treated fairly. That is not something we can say,
yes.
So when I see this, I know that it make good TV right now, good promotion right now, but I don't think it's gonna last.
Yeah. No, so I want to add, and before I go on to Mr. Warsey, Mr. Al Hussein, and also Mr. Gray, you both made really great points. And we can go on and on and on how the institutions are basically dominated by names in Liberia. Once those names are no longer there, this is the point that Mr. Hussein has been making. Like move was the leader was Jones, and Jones, where is Jones today? So that's the same kind of question we can ask. And it's not only a thing that is isolated to Liberia alone, but most African countries, is not the country, it's the name that we associate progress or lack of progress with. So I want to move us into the place of talking about numbers and money. Those two things came out today as well. When James did all the calculation, they said that the percentage came out to 1.8% based on the calculation of how many votes that these six parties got. Okay. And to your point, Al Hussein, right after the collaboration agreement that was done, we heard that $30,000, according to James, he said, although unconfirmed, sources told him that $30,000 got missing. It appears that there was play to play that was involved in this whole endorsement process, which is shameful for our country. I believe it, but it's still surprising to me that money was exchanged from parties in order for the parties that we see to endorse them, and then right after that, somebody took the money. So let's stick with the numbers first. Mr. Watts is here. He's the mathematician here. I know democratically, people always say numbers are important. Numbers are important. One of our listener here, Mr. Gray, actually, I think it's Charles Gray, says, well, we need these people. CDC need them to cross all the hump. But, and I agree, typically in a democratic world, that is true. But I believe that the place where Liberia is right now, we have to get away so much from numbers and move towards who can develop our country, who can move our country from where it is right now, who can put our country in the right path. And I think that when we continue to inform our Liberian people where they can understand their civic responsibilities and duties in the country, then we can put that number argument to the forefront. But right now, the people are voting on numbers. Yes, just popularity. We know this person name, or the person we related to, or the person belong to my tribe. That's not what democracy asks for when we vote. So I want to go to Wazi. Wazi, you're a numbers person. Okay. What are your thoughts about what I'm just talking about? Can we say our country is ready for all of this numbers conversation that people are having? Like, or is it ready for someone who can do the job? And if you want James Goudet question, James Goudet said that you were consulting as well. So I don't know. That's where you left. He said you're still consulting for CDC. That's what James Goudet said. So I don't know if you want to have the opportunity.
I'm still a partisan. How I consult? I'll be a consultant in my own party. So when you say a consultant somewhere, let him publish my contract, let him tell you where I'm serving a consultant. I mean, he's a journalist. He's supposed to do his investigation and come with a report. Okay, but that until Jim did come with my contract.
Okay.
Let's serious issue. Since, in fact, participatory democracy is determined or is measured by numbers, I would want to answer your question in this way. The issue of number cannot be, you cannot discuss democracy without discussing numbers, because votes are, counted to determine the winner in a certain cycle. And if the person wins, for instance, 51%, that means they're above the person who wins 50, or who will get 49%. So in this case, to discuss numbers is important. And if we were to look at it sectorially or regionally, few factors will influence numbers. One, and population growth. Two, political engagement. Three, history or tribalism, religious connections. These are all things that will, influence decision numbers in the electoral process. In our part of the world, those are basically the things that can usually influence our elections. In other parts of the world, like in the US, people will vote on based on policy and track records. But unfortunately for us, we barely look at, and that is a painful reality. We barely look at those kind of things. Like if somebody loves the way you dance, the yellow card is I will vote for her because she can dance very well, without understanding that the music you're singing, the dancing you're doing, they are your social activities, and in no way prove that you could make a good leader. Now, but I like to tie this to my party at this point. Let me start with my party. Look, just as you have in what we call in marketing, the Kotler's categorization, it's called the 7 O's of the market. It asks some of the questions, like the object of the market, operations of the market, and blah, blah, blah. And the list goes on. Look, I have conceptualized what I called the 6 threat variables of the CDC. 1, you got hurt partisans. 2, trust issues. 3, rebellious voters as a result of a sense of abandonment and betrayal. You got 4, disgruntled former present and former stalwarts. 5, stakeholder arrogance. And 6, dismissiveness. Now, these are the things that could easily affect or undermine our capacity to be re-elected. And I find it difficult when we become very optimistically biased and we behave as if we are united and everything is okay. In 2017, when we won the elections, I wrote a letter to the party leadership, and I still have a copy. Somebody will come and say that lie, he didn't give it to us. And we have all the records. And I suggested to them, we have 73 public relations officers across the country in each district, and we have 15 county public relations officers. Now, this guy never wanted ministerial jobs. All you got to do to help, because since they know the policy of the government, get them one side, train them, send some of them overseas for study, some of them University of Liberia, prepare them to be the one to articulate the message of the government locally to the internal structure. When you are qualified, you get them jobs to do, which is not a violation of any policy. Today, 99.9% of those guys are still jobless. That means the enormous opportunity. Things that even the Minister of Information could be empowered to handle. Today, they don't have a job. Okay, but jobs are given to opposition propaganda, including only understand the policy of the government. I'm coming to a certain point. So when you talk about the issue of numbers, we have serious threat factors to our numbers. And that is not a secret. So number is a major issue, and that is the reason why the census, the issue of the census should not be taken lightly. So we got to ensure that the demarcation of districts, the new demarcation of districts, be done on the basis of trusted data. When I use the word trusted data. Now, and Conor Gray, a researcher, will understand where I'm going. So the data had to be a tested one, something that actually represents the Vera region.
Okay, Mr. Watson, I'd like to move on. And I like to say this for the record. I do believe numbers are important in democracy. That is the essence of democracy. However, the people who borrowed these democratic principles from, they also added civic responsibility, they added procedure and policy responsibility. Those things go hand in hand with democracy, okay? When the Constitution of the United States says, for the people, by the people, it means a lot. All right. So in our own democracy, we somehow have forgotten the civic responsibility piece. And we have gone to the things that you are talking about right now. Dancing, who danced the most fair, best way to dance, who's more popular. And I think perceiving our democracy in such a way have been responsible for keeping us behind. So having said that, I just want to clarify that for the record, because I think a lot of people say, oh, numbers are not important. Numbers are important, but they go hand in hand with other democratic principles, okay? That the ones that we are not looking at in our country. So Colin Gray, I want to go to you again to ask you your views as we look at this whole thing about numbers. Is it our responsibility in this space to help educate our people about the relationship between numbers and democratic principles, popularity and victory, however way you want to turn it?
Madam, I feel every democratic culture has its own way of doing things. Our Liberian democratic culture, you cannot remove popularity from as one of the variables. Definitely, you cannot also remove respect for the elderly and certain individual also as a second variable. But this my inclination, this entire number thing is mishandled and inflated at some point. I still believe in that intelligence I received from someone that there were some foreign agents who interfered with our 2017 elections that actually determined who got what and how. Honorable Benana Yuri said it yesterday on Costa's show
that the whole number that came out of the 2017 election was manipulated.
Oh wow, I didn't hear that.
Yep. And that is
Is that the clip that you put in the chat room?
no, the
Okay.
clip I don't think I put that clip in the chat room. But if you
Well,
go
I
back,
put it in.
Scott had the show yesterday.
Is that the clip that you, Al Hussein, put that? Is that the clip? James,
That
can
was,
you give?
that was part of it.
Oh,
That one
oh,
was part of it. Yeah.
okay.
And
Oh,
then prior
James,
prior
right?
to Honorable Ben and I, you were saying it. Prince Johnson said it that the 2017 numbers were manipulated, and I got the entire intelligence from somebody who was part of that pay to play situation there. Whether or not we buy that is one thing, but I believe that all of this number people are parading with, um, ascribing them to certain people, it has two dire consequences. The first one, they want to say the other guy doesn't have a number, so that Liberians in their own democratic culture say, I'm not going to waste my time, my vote behind somebody who doesn't have the number. So it's a deliberate action. It's a deliberate action. And then the second consequence is, people will inflate the numbers so that you see that one person has viability over the others. But seriously, we believe that people have shifted their interest. And when Wotie and Masai had a discussion the other day, I was talking about disparities. In research, you have significant a population shift to a specific situation. One will wonder how Komisu is just coming get 125,000 votes. You understand? This was not a probability vote. He comes from a county, a vote-rich county, Lofa County, so therefore the people there voted for him, and likely if we have another election, they will vote for him again. You understand? That's a probability vote. That's the disparity in the vote is that it's so significant, you just can't ignore it. 125,000 for somebody who was just coming into a race is significant. You can't just ignore it to say because he doesn't have a political base, so therefore we can't count him. Only those with political base can win election. That is a faulty generalization. Some of us who do research will look for some of these kinds of analysis when you interpreting data. Now, when you say 400,000 still somewhere there stored, and then when this person gets back in the race, he automatically gets 400,000. You're inflating the number just so the other person can look likely like they're electable. But I can tell you, all of these manipulations, you understand, people who know number will not pay attention to it. And Cummings is one person
Mm-hmm.
who say they can talk all their numbers. It may appear like I don't have numbers, but I'm seeing what I'm seeing. And
Thank you.
if you go back and look at our civic responsibility, I think we're not doing justice to our people because we're fooling them. And they believe that if they go to the coming side, they go to this side, they will be wasting their vote. So therefore, you hear people say we get a number. But Bernard, you said it yesterday, that number does not exist, especially for Joe Buckeye.
Sure. And I'm going to move on to Al Hussein. And Al, if you can expand on what you heard, Mr. USA. I didn't get the chance to watch the entire clip in the chat room. Uh, so if you want to do that, but I want again to ask you the method in which we speak about numbers in our country. Like we always say, numbers, numbers, numbers. Can we say that with confidence as it relates to, again, democracy? Are we disseminating information to the people to make informed decisions about the way that they collect numbers, or are we just relying on say, oh, our tradition is if this person vote, this person that the person will vote for, whether that person got good idea for our country or doesn't have good idea for our country, we'll still vote for them. Can you please? I don't know if you got my question,
Yeah,
but can
I
you?
got it. I got where you're headed. The thing that is the problem with our democracy. People look for vain things in our leaders, and then they wonder why nothing gets done. And this is the biggest part of our problem. And honestly, my every minute moving forward, my 2 minutes will be dedicated to speaking on that. I won't take anything. I'll just speak on those things. As far as the numbers is concerned, no one person have the number. In the way our people choose leaders, take for example Mr. Cummings. Nobody have said that Mr. Cummings is will be a bad president. Nobody have said that he's not qualified. What people have said is that he is not known enough. He doesn't come from certain region enough. He doesn't come from certain tribe enough. He's not known, in the. So they look at vain things, things that have nothing to do with nothing. When people should be looking at who is more competent, who has the international connection, who can bring people together, who can attract foreign direct investment, but our democracy has been tribalized to the point that people don't look at those things anymore. Look in the rural area how they vote. One chief will come and say, "This guy that what man," and they bring rest, give it to that chief. Everybody going behind that person. We are seeing with social media and other things, Nima County, most of the younger people are now starting to pay a little more attention. But traditionally, we look up to the elder. It's part of our culture. We look up to the elder. The elder decide what will happen and people follow. But it is changing. I just pray that we say it more and we inform our population more so that they can know what to look for in a leader. Rather than looking for vain things, they look for what a good leader is supposed to be like. And we can give example. Look, I have some serious problem with Madam Selig. I know she did some good, but I know she also presided over some terrible things that happen in our country, which is the result of what we have right now. Too many things that she did, but she did a lot of good things. And one thing I know everybody that in Liberia can identify with is that when Ma Eddie was there, the country was not hard like this. You understand? And there is something about having good leadership. Look, good leadership transcends party line. You don't have to be a partisan to enjoy when a good leader is in power. If you have a president that is on top of his game and doing everything, you don't have to be a loyalty for better or worse, or married to a party, or take blood or go on the sycamore tree. You just have to be a citizen, meet all the requirements, apply yourself, and something will draft for you. And we saw that with the Sirleaf administration, that people that benefited from the country did not have to necessarily be sing Aose or go on the sycamore tree. They were people in the country, and because we have a lot of resources coming in the country, it trickled down somewhere or the other. Right now, it's stuck. It's stuck somewhere under the sycamore tree. And if you wanted to keep being that way for the next 6 years, the choice is 6-7 months from now. So we need to keep educating our people what to look for in a leader. What are those things to look for and what not to look for in a leader? And I can tell you this, I'll end with this. I know people say, oh, a lot of us here are coming support or ANC and something. I consider myself independent. I have not chosen any side yet. I will not tell my people who to vote for. But at least every time I have the opportunity, now moving on to the election, I know I will tell my people who not to support. And those people, it's simple. You look at a group that were there for 12 years. We gave them 12 years to do what it could do for us. We didn't see it. We look at another group of people that we have given 6 years. The first 6 years, it was for themselves. We saw a president that came to power, built an entire city. Someone said, oh, at least he built in the house, in the country. They're building something in rampant corruption. Those are things that I know not to vote for.
Yeah.
So our people just need to know what to look for in a leader, how to choose a leader, rather than relying on those vain things like he looked like me, he came from Gibraltar, we all came from the same thing. No, sometimes people that look at you don't even seek your interest. Exactly. Sometimes strangers do seek your interest better than that. So we will be expanding on this, as we go further.
Thank you, Mr. Hussein. Before I go to Mr. Warsi, I wanted to make 2 points also. One is, yes, I believe all of us here on this platform trust and love our traditions, our culture, our belief systems in our country. I come from a mixed background in Liberia. I have people that, you know, if for lack of a better word, I say on the Congo side, I have people on the traditional side as well. I understand. I spent many years in villages in Liberia, and I understand the importance of our tradition and culture. Our elders were good because they made decisions for a small group of people in our township, in our villages. But when we talk about country, a democracy that wants to expand on the best interest of everybody, where, you know, I was saying, say something will drop for everybody, we have to carry our thinking process beyond what is just good for, you know, one person in the country, as opposed to what is good for all of us in the country. And I think that's what democracy principle, primary principle is. What is good for all of us in the country? We want a leader that definitely will present in that way. I want to speak for all of us for the country. Yes, we can incorporate our tradition, our cultures into that process, which I think will make our country even more a beautiful place. Wazi, I want to go back to you. As we speak about your party, you are saying that, again, you started off by saying that the party just was playing with optics today. It didn't make sense for them to have these 6 political parties endorse them. Meanwhile, they are not meeting some of, again, the democratic principles that encourages the citizens to trust their leaders. That encourages our leaders to not be dismissive of the people's concern. Those are some of, I'm naming some of the things that you're saying. It encourages investigating some of the disgruntled behaviors of our citizens. If you see your citizens are disgruntled, a lot of them, you will investigate and find out why. You are not encourage that behavior of you know, strawmanship or violence, if I can say, that we see that is being planted. You know, the situation that's going on at LU right now. Okay, what our leadership would have done was to diffuse that situation, right? So I want to go back to you when we talk about this number situation. You're a numbers guy. How important is this endorsement as relates to the numbers for our Liberia?
Like I said earlier, it's nothing to celebrate. It's an embarrassment. It's a disgrace. It's not an achievement. It's like turning in cycles. Instead of wasting our time to go celebrate PLP that does not have a base, we should be reconciling with ourselves as a party. Look, the CDC have got a strong base. Why you think we went to election 2 times with Senator Dara Dillon, who we insulted? What kind of cause we cause Dillon? What kind of description we gain? We call him mosquito tar, we call him AIDS patient, we call him all kind of name, we call him even Joe Added. He still flock or bar way beyond repair. Convincingly, no way to even say he didn't beat us. You know the reason? In a place that's supposed to be our control zone, because our people are disenchanted. Why are we pretending that we don't know? Why are we pretending? That's what I can't understand. Why are we pretending? Why are we being so dismissive? Look, some of our folks crying in the name of Spoon TV, and I asked one of them, or Spoon FM, if it is not a shame, what else could it be? For an entire ruling party to be crying in one small media entity, that's a disgrace. I mean, we went on an idea. When you got the money, you got the influence, you got the manpower that want to work. But you're the same people in the CDC are fighting the people who's supposed to run the kind of entity that Spoon is running. They are your targets. We should first of all be thinking about making peace with ourselves as a party. CDC is not there for betraying her own. Our party is not there for looking down upon her own. And you see, if you do that, you will always celebrate strangers out of shame and disgrace and embarrassment. Look, let's go back to one of the reasons why I said the endorsement is nothing to celebrate. It's an embarrassment. It's a disgrace. Let's do a comparative analysis. The party that supported or that are supporting Unity Party so far, and the party that have endorsed us. Let's look at numbers. Go back to 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So we do what you call the immediate event. You know, Liberty Party got 149,495. Okay, good. You got it up there. Constituting 9.62%. MDR or Senator Prince Johnson, 127,666, constituting 8.22%. All Liberal Action Party of Businessmen Berna UA, 24,246, constituting 1.56% of the votes. Movement for Progressive Change of Simeon Freeman, 6,379, constituting 0.41%. Liberia People Party, 11,645, constituting 0.74%. VLT, Vision Liberia, I think Vision for Liberia Transformation, 3,946, constituting 0.25%. A total number of 323,377, constituting 20.8%. So far, the party that are going our opposition way, that's the number they were able to accumulate in the 2017 elections. Let's come to OCDC. The party that were beating John for today singing, raising all our lab battle cry. All their combined number. The number that if you combine ALP number and that of LPP number, that's that all the parties that they are number. Let's look at MOVE. What you give foreign minister job to that man? A party only got 0.83%. So why you didn't give the foreign minister job to LPDP people or MPP people? If you were distributing the job to keep the coalition together and to be strong, why you will give it to a party that gave you an insignificant figure? Let's MOVE. MOVE got 12,854 votes, constituting 0.83%. United People's Party, 8,968 votes, constituting 0.58%. RDC of the late George Dewey, 4,935 votes, constituting 0.32%. CDA of Ambassador McIntosh, the agriculturist, the one who brought in those things from Libya, 1,646 votes. The last time I contested, I got more than this vote. So I alone, when I contested for representative, I didn't win. My vote was more than this. 0.11%. Now they kind of party that will endorse you. It is not shame and embarrassment and disgrace. I'm disappointed. And you'll be wasting our last serious battle cry, our real political battle cry. You're raising it for 1.8% endorsement. What kind of embarrassment is this? Because we have insulted all the people who help us to win. Because we feel we got the military, we have the police, we got everything, we got the resources. So we don't care about the partisans, how they feel. The chairman go there, he says there, the secretary general is there, trying to change the update, I understand, to maybe use that time to focus on endorsement and run with it on Monday. But it doesn't make sense, and somehow when I sit down here, our foolish updates go to the press and make news. Why you will celebrate 1.8% as a ruling party endorsement?
Okay.
I will celebrate if I hear that, for example, Ambassador Alexander Cummings or Mr. Alexander Cummings has dropped his ambition, he has endorsed President Weah, or maybe Yaka Koliba Jones CDC, or maybe these intended seditions from the United States. You have technicians here who left the party. If they return to the party, those things will make news. CDC, we should try to respect and appreciate people who stood for the party. Look, you have people who were with the party from 2005 when we were not active members.
Okay, Mr.
In Liberia, Joshua Saki, the former chairman, is crying for job. Nobody can be identified with the man. Wow. Instead of looking for new partisans, we have enough partisans, but they are disenchanted. We should reach good faith and bring these people home because they have their own.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Wazzy, for giving us some insightful information about what's going on inside of the CDC. I'd like to welcome Mr. Fagon to the show. As I hear you speak, I'm hearing you say that you want a party that will appreciate all of the members of the party. Like you're saying that jobs weren't appropriately allotted to members of the party. That's kind of what I'm hearing you say. But I want to go to Mr. Fagon. I'm giving his time as well, even though he joined us late, but I did understand he gave me a reason why earlier, that why he came in late. Mr. Fagon, we are here talking about the Saturday news, even though in Liberia, sometimes it tends to be a slow news day. We heard that 6 political parties joined the CDC, and the CDC made an announcement that there are now more than 6 parties that have joined them, and so the probability of them perhaps succeeding, this was not part of the announcement, this is my own thinking right now, the probability of them succeeding in winning the elections is greater now. What are your thoughts on what is going on in Liberia regarding the political parties?
Well, thank you, and let me say good evening to everyone on the platform. My friend and brother Samuel Wozi, my friend and brother Al Hussein, UJ Fadiga, Connor Iwemi Gray, good day, and to you, my beloved moderator, Dr. 559. Well, I just walk into it. As you can see me, I'm just from a funeral. I look spiffy right now. Dr. Remy Gray is jealous of me, I can tell. But he came in funeral clothes the other day. You can't say that word clothes. My dear sister, why are you people, I don't want to deal with us, but I want to deal with you on the platform. Why are you people wasting the Liberian people time? Take, for example, I'm going to give you one example. The party they call Move that was hijacked from Mills Jones. You see that 12,854 constituting 0.83%? It was Mills Jones who started giving up the small market loans to market women. Who didn't will tell you. He did a lot of good for people that gave him 12,000 with all the money that he spent. This foreign minister who ousted that man and became the political leader, since you heard about Move, has he even had a rally? Has he even called a convention? That foreign minister, who is also alleged to be a molester, a sexual predator, has he even organized a football game for them to say, oh, Move or Tamba playing the executive? This man is mean like Debari. I'm saying it. This man is mean like Debari. He can't even spend 1 cent. And was he giving him credit for that 12,000? Was he? The man whose family refused to join the party. Saying he became political leader.
No, Minister Fagon, I didn't give him credit.
From, was he?
No, I didn't give him credit. I said,
I'm saying you just think that he got a 12,000.
No, the party, not him.
Yeah, that he got a party. His own family is not in the party. His family is not in the party. And so, I woke up this morning, like brought time ahead of all. 6 party. I go look at the party. Then they talk about Macintosh. I said, Macintosh? I said, me not saying I have Fagon. The amount of people that follow me in the country, even go to my personal page, just my personal Facebook page, is over 60,000. And then you talk about Macintosh. First of all, who know Macintosh in Liberia besides those of us who are his brother? What country Macintosh can even take 10 people from? Look, man, when they say you jam, that's CDC. CDC is very jam. And let me say this to George Weah. Your MPP now dragging you in court. As for your LPDP, I can assure you it's gone. We said on this platform, we talk about, don't let it be trouble, don't let it be this. LPDP is a party for the Western region. That's Bapolu, Bomi, and Capeman, and the people there that are party there. And they're gone because you took our resources. You and your friends know you sold it. Liberty Party, everybody know. It's not limited to pastor people and lawman people, but they believe that a party, you can't stop them. So I will say to you, by the moderator, that not 6 party that join CDC, that 6 people.
Yeah.
Quote me. 6 people join CDC. And the 6 people that join CDC, they not even show that they are in CDC. I will give you one more example.
30 seconds, Mr. Fagon.
30 seconds. Let's go to PLP. That a cassette party. We will play the tape from that cassette. Then DJ Blue and Tapedo wake up and sell the main party to Chawia. You think they carry the people with them? No. They sold the main party to Chawia. And the PLP people are even playing that thing. We've already talked to someone in the party, they said, Fagon lead that thing. The men, when they sold the party, they called a P, let them sit down. That October 10 will show them who owned the party. Well, are them or are us. But how many people in PLP? So I leave it to all of you today, because you gave me 30 seconds. I came late. Fadiga then looking at you. Remy Gray then looking at you. You know that the similarity now. But let's be honest, they said we agree with me. It wasn't 6 party that joined the coalition. It was 6 people. And that's it.
So, Mr. Fagon, you mentioned an important point, which we are going to transition into that segment of the show, into that conversation. You mentioned about play to play, but you said like somebody sold the party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You mentioned somebody sold the party to the CDC.
Mm-hmm.
My thought, and I'll go to James Goodday. He's here. Let him add his voice, and then we'll go to Al. Then we'll go to Remy. No, Al Hussein, and then Remy Gray. Okay. How does that impact our democracy as we speak about these numbers? If you can buy people, we can just take a party and say, "I'm going to sell some people to you." How does that impact development in our democracy in our country? And I know I'm asking some serious questions because we don't ever talk about our country in these ways. We talk about what we appreciate. So, James Kude, what do you think about that? What are your thoughts about that?
Basically, I want to come in from the angle where I listen to Conor Gray and others talking about number. The number, we don't really have to follow the number syndrome where people talking about number. I want to come from that point. Number is important in a pure democracy. In a legal, if you are in search of legal power, we're not talking about a tyrant political system. In a tyrant political system, we don't look at number. Because anybody, you who get it, you who get a tyrant power, you automatically become the president. You will remain the president of that country, right? But in a country where we need legal power, we need number. So if I listen to people wanting to, discredit number, that we don't have to play for number, this person this person that. In democracy around the world, including the United States of America, they go for number. People who have the number, that is why sometimes people will argue. Mark Weber argued that democracy is sometimes not fair to nations or to its people. Sometimes those who with the number, they may not be
Karl Marx or Mark Weber.
I'm talking about Mark, M-A-K, W-E-B-E-R.
Okay, Max Weber.
So you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Good Day is right. Max Weber.
The way you pronounce it.
Out the theory. They got Max Angel, Max Weber.
So I should continue, right?
Continue.
Democracy, where we need the people to vote. Sometimes the bad apples will get a number. and they will become the leader of that country. They will win. The right people, sometimes they may not get a number, but number is important. You go up, you kind of. So let's go to today. What happened? CDC, that put all the joke in a go and come. One way or the other, CDC stay achieve as a political institution that is fighting for number or numbers out there. One way or the other, they stay achieve. They got a number. At least they got one point. They got 1 point or 1/2. They got 1/2, and they can work on that. So Unity Party, besides Liberty Party, we will say Liberty Party is still a conflict zone where you have 50% to ANC, 50% to Unity Party. So
what do you mean 50%? Who gave you those figures?
CPP, not ANC. CPP.
CPP, rather.
I don't understand how you take half of Liberty Party and give it to another party. On what ground?
So today, CDC got political institutions that are not for any other political institution, but they went directly to the CDC. Let's agree they went with one human being.
Good. You are fundamentally in error, and I don't hold you there. Madam Mario, that means you hold you small. Look, you see, sometimes your analysis can sometimes get me disappointed. Like in the war representative, you can make a lot of bullshit sometimes. Look, let me tell you something. Good day. The party that endorsed CDC today are the same party that endorsed CDC before. They're not news.
So can I continue? And they endorsed CDC, they won.
I come in and hello. When I say
let's agree now. Let's agree. They endorsed CDC yesterday and they won.
They saw in the second round. Not first round.
Hello. Now. Wait, let me just come to the point.
And they won.
Now, let me tell you something. As a sedition and from a political contest, that's a manners. And my friends in the CDC will agree with me what I'm saying. You're not a politician, you don't understand what you're talking about. Look, let me tell you something. When we're talking about number movement, when numbers take an upsurge, that means, like, for example, you draw a histogram.
I'm coming.
Well, Mr. Wolsey, please allow Good Day to finish, and then I will allow you to respond. That's very
professional numbers together here. Political number cannot be compared with statistical number.
No.
Now you
I knew you knew what you're talking about.
Please
I knew you know what you're talking about.
To express himself.
No, good. No, Madam.
Yes. Wait, Mr. Wolsey, please wait a second.
Please tell Good Day to analyze the information before you come on the platform.
Mr. Wolsey, can you please wait?
Mr. Wolsey, you will not disrupt me. I will end my conversation.
Yeah, I'm not disrupting.
Okay, so you have to give me a chance, right?
Okay,
you may not be on the same side.
I'm never supposed Good at the person you're talking like Kev now.
No, okay,
I'm gonna move on. Good Day. I'm gonna move on.
No, you will not be fair to me now.
No,
I thought you were done because you were laughing.
No. Fagon and his brother purposely they are disrupting me because
I'm not. I am giving you a fair analysis.
No, you are giving analysis.
Let's just listen to Good Day. Good Day is going to end.
I will come in with my point.
You are behaving in democracy, right? People talk about legitimacy. Some will say power is I have the power, I have the legitimate power because they believe that they have it. Some believe that they can go. So that's how you're doing it. You believe that your analysis is the right, or it is the right analysis that you can get. So
go ahead. Go ahead.
The point here is CDC received 6 institutions. Some of these parties, they supported CDC yesterday and they won. They won. In politics, every number that you receive is important. In politics, it's not like where we're doing 1 + 1, we're doing our high school math, the teacher tell you 1 + 1 is 2. In politics, 1 + 1 today can be 2. Tomorrow, 1 + 1 in politics can be 4, 5. Anyhow, it is going to change. So my point here is CDC got direct numbers today. They got people who did not support institutions or who are not supporting other institutions. But you have Unity Party.
Okay.
No, I'm concluding. I'm concluding 1 minute.
Yes.
You have Unity Party and ANC still fighting for one political institution. That is Liberty Party. You have MDR. MDR is not even setting whether they are with Unity Party or not. They have not.
What are you talking here? Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Okay, good day.
Let me tell you, my friend.
Never declared that they are supporting Unity Party.
We're gonna let the people who have affiliation with CDC. We're gonna let the people who have affiliation with CDC in the past. They're gonna give their thoughts here. We're gonna go to Warzy, who is, I believe, a current sedition.
No, but the MDR is not part of them.
Go to Mr.
Let me tell you.
And please give us a second. Let the sedition people.
Yeah, let the ANC people wait.
No, come in. Let me just deal with good points a little bit, right?
No, deal with the issue.
The issue.
The man said he would deal with the point. He said
he would deal with me for going.
Let me deal with the issue. Yeah, let me deal with your issue. The first thing, you did not vote for CDC, I guess. Now, secondly, I know our party appetite, our party capacity, and what our party is capable of doing. Fundamentally, there was an error, and I will teach you basic statistics. No, there is a formula you need to write. I will tell it to you.
I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on now. Okay.
Now you said 1 + 1 year can be 4.
Yeah, come in here. You are doing my mouth. Good day. Stop disrupting me now. Percentage E is equal to X bar or S squared, the square root of S squared times 100%. That will help you to calculate your error. What you just said, you score percentage error. All what you said. Oh my God.
Listen to you, yeah. Was he?
You see, was he calling him more than that? Now he acting like cat.
No, what was this is frozen.
Rosie froze. You know you gotta call.
Okay, I will go on from that. Then when he can take my place.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Papa.
Because of the same thing.
Your CDC people don't tell what the show. You will not give your chance.
I tell you, yesterday
the whole thing I tell the CDC show, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole ANC CPP thing yesterday. Today again, we can't always see 1, 2, 3. According to the Dr. Richardson, she said Macaulay similarity. So now there's a new phrase in Liberian politics called political similarities.
Good.
Yes.
And it's credited to her.
But
let me say this. Let me say this to James. James, you're trying hard. But when you go and say MDR is not even setting, the Liberty Party is divided 50% this way, 50% that way. If you read the comments, the post are telling you that Kev there, they're calling you James Bade now. Because Liberians are listening and Liberians are watching. It's like you are completely detached from reality.
Why?
Because for you to say MDR is like they're not setting. Who in MDR is not setting that you can announce to the Liberian people today?
Have there been
do you look at us in our faces today and tell us that 50% of Liberty Party is in CPP, 50% is this way? Where you took your numbers from? We ourselves who can talk for all of them. Whether it be Kumis or who, we import 50%, so 50%. You keep import that. So let me say this to you. When Wozi made the analysis to you just now, numerically factual, not guessing. You look at the numbers. You look at 28,000 people. Can you compare the 6 numbers? Even though, what's his name, Mills Jones is not there. Can you look at the 6 parties and say they can bring more people to CDC than Eugene Fagon? You cannot.
And no, I can talk.
Well, let me finish. You don't want to say 1 + 1 = 4 in politics.
You know that too.
No, I don't. I never accept.
Okay, I can tell you why it is. Yes.
Yeah, because you don't know that the 2017 election was played into and hijacked. So you think my 1 vote, Remy Gray 1 vote, and Al Hussein 1 vote will not equal 3, but it will equal 6. That's your analogy you just gave. That 1 + 1 in politics equals 4. No. So let me finish. I beg you. I'm saying to you once again, the 6 political parties that joined the CDC today, if they talk about people who can bring people to the CDC, or people capable of bringing people to the CDC, not a single one of the 6 parties have got the capacity to at least bring 50,000. Combined, that means all 6 of them cannot bring 20,000 to the CDC. And when you look at our voter population for either 2023, they are insignificant because Mills Jones, who spent all the money, only got 12,000. And I can tell you that Mills Jones is not there. And that the CDC, no matter what happens, the 6 political parties were dormant. I repeat, DORMANT. They were dormant. They were laying in ruins. Nobody was thinking about them. When we talk about the political parties in our country, listen to this and listen very well. United Party, CDC, MDR, Liberty Party, ANC, and then ALP. Then we start going down. But you take the bottom 6 and feed it to us. This is not 2017. Since 2017, after Wozi talk, by the moderator, I'm throwing a challenge to him. That after 2017, which one of those parties he ever heard about until today? That's the challenge.
Thank you. Mr. Wozi, we're going to go to you, and then we are...
Don't let him escape, Madam Moderator. After 2017, which one of the...
Can I really reply to Minister Fagon before the time?
No. Mr. Wozi, definitely.
Those who listen may not be around when I'm replying. That's why.
Thank you very much. Hello.
I'm a few words, and I'm going to give Mr. Remy a few words, and then we'll go into the phone line. Go ahead, Mr. Wozi.
I just wanted to go back to what I was talking when I went off. Brother, good to talk about something. You said Liberty Party, Unity Party, and ANC fighting over one party, and CDC achieve. .8%. I don't know. Assuming that Unity Party and Liberty Party and ANC fight over Liberty Party, holding Liberty Party's vote that she accumulated into the 2017 election constant at 149,495 votes. Assuming that they divide the support into 2, each side will carry 4.81%, which is 3% higher than the total percentage of the party that endorsed CDC. Is that an achievement or a minus for us CDC? It's a minus. So even in their fight, even in their fight as a party, let's assume ANC go and slash Liberty Party into 2. They take half. The vote they will get, the support they will get, is 3% higher than the total vote and value of all the so-called parties that endorse CDC today. What sense does that make? Yeah. So no, let me tell you something. Good that when you can't don't play one number or somewhere around. Don't leave that. The thing when you not get control, I don't talk here.
Okay.
So I just wanted to satisfy that. Today investment, we should do more. I want to see Yaka Koluba joining CDC. We want to see Senator Bani signing the MPP document. We want to see these Gondo seditions from here who are disappointed coming back home. Why are we dismissive? Why are we giving the people cold shoulder?
Okay.
Why are we acting like we've already won the elections?
Okay, Mr. Wozi, thank you very much.
These are not good signs.
Yes.
Why can't we put aside our problem? Why are we acting the people in MDR?
Yes, Mr. Wozi, good day. I'm going to give you 1 minute to answer, and then we got to go to Mr. Gray and Mr. Hassan, before we go to the phone line.
Yeah. So, we should stop living in a dream world until that dream becomes a reality. In the first place, we want to know Unity Party as an institution. There is no addition to Unity Party currently. At least ANC is still in a collaboration. We had people who came out yesterday or day before yesterday to just speak on national issues. They said, okay, let's join together and go make this statement. They did not come together as a collaboration. They did not. So
You are
today,
contradicting yourself. You said ANC fighting over ANC and Unity Party fighting over Liberty Party.
People will not hear us when we're having this kind of crosstalk. We will not be heard.
Yesterday, we did not see ANC out. We did not see ANC out. So we're talking about Unity Party. When Unity Party came out yesterday, they were speaking on national issues. And we listened to Mr. Simon Freeman on the show. He said he will collaborate with other people to speak on national issues. Did Simon confirm to us that he's going to collaborate or he's going to join the Unity Party to form a collaboration? Until that is, then let's still keep living in our dream world. MDR, if I can talk about MDR, somebody is not certain. Today, we cannot say that MDR and Unity Party, they are in marriage. No, they are not.
But who told you that?
Thank you, good day. Mr. Fagon, I'm going to come to you.
Mr.
Gray, can you just share with us a minute or so your thoughts on what you are hearing? And then we're going to go to Al Hussein, and then definitely we're going to go to the phone lines.
I think we are beating on Mr. Flomo the wrong way. What Mr. Flomo is trying to bring up is something called proportional representation. A subgroup, when we're not looking at it holistically, we're not looking at all the votes, that these individual parties bring to wherever they go, but a subgroup, they are proportionally identifying with the ruling establishment. For him, that is a win-win situation, because if you counting how many political subgroup identifying with the CDC, proportionally, you can say 6 parties join the CDC. That's what I think he's trying to explain. But again, we have to go and look at whether these parties even have their voters, whether they have the ability to even bring their voters along. I will tell you, Liberians, the way they look at the issue sometimes is different. These parties, I like the generalization Fangon gave, that they're dead in the first place. These parties, some of them were gasping for air and breath. I think it's from somebody else. These parties were gasping for air, and so this is one way to revive them, to stay relevant in our political landscape. I don't see that as significant. That is going to shift the likability of Mr. Ware being reelected. I don't see any favorability in that level, because this party, like we say, they bring no real numbers, but proportionally, we can brag that I have 6 parties that join me today. He may not be making the wrong statement, and that's why they are glorifying with right now, because they believe that this group that joined them boosts their presence out there. That, you see, we're making sense. People are joining us now. Proportionally, you can make that, but in real number, that's nothing. It's insignificant.
Right. So the optics, basically, Mr. Gray.
Yeah, exactly.
Al Hussein.
Yeah, I'm afraid I will have to agree with Gute. I know you guys were beating on the young man for so long, he almost ran away. But yeah, I think his math is correct. The 1 + 1 in politics does translate into 5. It's not 2. If you bring an
You say translate, James said equals to.
He translate equal at the same thing. You don't play. All right. That is. I'm sure that is why he had him at good day. If you can nod your head, I'm sure that's what he meant.
Yeah, that is why
Exactly what he meant. He probably may have said it differently, but that is exactly what he meant. And in our politics, it is very important. An individual joining your institution could translate into vote, and the optics looks good for the ruling establishment. But one of the things that the CDC needs to be mindful of is that the people love underdogs. A lot of people are considered underdogs here, and these guys are having these different boosting their ego, having feel good movement, but the real numbers will come in October when the Liberian will actually go to vote and see. Right now, they can strong arm people. If you look in Liberia right now, civil servants are dissatisfied. That's a huge chunk of people that will be voting. Right now, they can't say nothing. I spoke with people yesterday in Liberia. People are tense. People don't even discuss politics publicly anymore because they are afraid that there will be some backlash or some group will come and attack them. So people are holding their card close to their chest. So you will actually know who has the number come October. So everybody posturing around here, running around thinking that they have the number. We will see who has the number. I think the political institution that apply themselves well or go out there and so rather than some of those people that sit down and just feel that the presidency that my good friend Musa Benedict said, they think that they are entitled to the presidency, we can't walk into them. Look, propaganda works, campaign works. That is why people spend a lot of money. In politics, 2 days, 3 days, like it's a whole entire year. Anything can happen. Somebody could say bad things, somebody could fall down, this thing could happen, that thing could happen. It would change the whole the whole thing that go on the ground. So I don't think Good Day was wrong. I think what he said is true. That those numbers, I don't think it's significant because if you combine the total numbers that you guys got in 2017, it's about 28,000. Better than Euro ALP got about 24,000. So that's, in as much as it's insignificant, our political landscape is individual driven. Those individuals could put one or two people here and there. And I don't trust any new union that the CDC is forming. I know they may have the cash right now. Everybody trying to grab. They have become the largest elephant meat in the room. People are grabbing, but want to know the true loyalty test come October 10th.
Thank you. Good Day. Could you please ask Aaron to come back? We want to go back. We want to go to the phones today. I did not go.
I thought you said you are coming to me after the reporter.
Yeah, after you talk plenty.
No, they put in on the topic, and you said after
you are the first to start.
No. Give us 2 minutes, and then we have to go to the phone lines.
It was my time to contribute to it. Now, okay, let me say this. Translate, cross over, do what? I threw the challenge. Since 2017, you ever hear about any one of them put it?
Yes.
The PRP you're talking about today, when PRP came, the helicopter also land to the place. PRP is a new party. So, their leader just passed away. But the parties that you are talking about, that came up there to say they joined this man, even football game, they all even played before. Nobody even hearing about them, got time about them. I'm not dismissing them as a number. Fadiga, I will repeat myself. I'm not dismissing that 6 parties did not join CDC. The argument I was here I'm making is that Al Hussein UJ Fadiga from Buchanan can give Kumi.
Oh, so now I'm not Senegalese anymore. I remember you once called me Senegalese when you were minister in government.
Fadiga, your brother, played for the Senegalese national team. Let me finish what I'm saying.
That's the kind of politics we need to do away from.
Hey, my man, people know what we're talking. Don't spoil the whole topic here. UJ and his brother went to Hong Kong. They became celebrities overnight. He and his brother got more people than the 6 parties. Who want to challenge me on that?
Who them?
So, we're not going to say because 6 people join CDC, or 6 party. Numerically, the 6 parties are insignificant. The moment Dr. Cassette passed away, PLP was done. It was finished. I will close by saying on this note, while it's true I'm not dismissing them, when we're talking about 6 front-running parties in the country, we know CDC, we know UP, we know MDR, we know Liberty Party, we know ANC, and we know ALP. Okay. When you go below that 6, it means that all the other people just moving. Last but not the least, you know the guy they call Wento?
Yeah.
You know his party?
Yeah.
Now one of them are joined today. Can you look at me and tell me that Wento party got more than 3,000 people?
It doesn't matter though.
Wait now, I said it myself. You don't have
In
to say
politics, it doesn't matter.
Hey, y'all wait now. Y'all have your time to talk.
Okay, guys, we gotta go to the phone lines.
Y'all have your time to talk.
That's science.
Hey, brother, hold your thoughts.
30 seconds, Mr. Facade. 30 seconds.
All of these parties, all of them, the individuals took the party, put pen to paper. The people themselves will decide. Because this election will come down to 4 or 5 political parties. And those who will join. But let me say this to you, my brother. Don't waste your time. I got more human beings than the 6 parties combined. Unless you want to debate me on that, then we have a debate.
Okay.
I got more human beings following me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Pagan.
All the people know they get 6 party. We will see whether it will translate to vote.
The other people more than 14, but I'm telling you.
Let's go to the Liberian people right now. We want to hear your views on
political science is 28,000.
your views on the 6 political parties that joined or I don't know, endorsed or agreed to collaborate with CDC today. So Kuban, please take us to our Liberian people. Let them speak to us.
Okay, the numbers to call are 0777 777 1075 or 0555 101075. Let's take this first person here. Welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Let's hear you.
Yes, I'm always calling from Facade.
Go ahead.
You know, thank you very much, the panelists, and thank you, my sister, the doctor, and also Mr. Fagon for the analysis what you're giving to us. I was sitting down here listening to you. Let me tell you, what's the word that Fagon is saying over there? People are now going to CDC or what? To get what they can get. Even individual them. Yeah, now. That everybody wants to talk. What they want to get it there. But it doesn't mean that when my party go out there, that you kill me, I know what's good for me. The party not telling the individual them. They're going to get what they can get because now they are broke. In the political system, they are nowhere. So what they can only go now to get something is to CDC. That's why they are going there. But they're not individual, they are telling.
Thank you.
They party and they apply to go today. We have members of them somewhere else. But they can't know what.
Which party are you part of? Which are the parties that joined the CDC today that you are part of?
PLP.
Oh, you are part of PLP. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But now I'm a United Party partisan.
All right. Welcome. Yes, you are live. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Stephen B. Curdy Jr. and I joined this conversation from Sophie Congo Town.
Go ahead.
Let me applaud you this evening. You know, my concern has to do with the analysis coming from Fagon. You know, let me say this to Mr. Fagon. In politics, every number is important, be it 1 or 2. So you cannot underestimate those parties that emerge with the CDC. The fact of the matter is that CDC, be it 1 or 2, their number has been added. So if hearing each of that party brought 2 or 3 members, it is a plus to the civilians, to the ruling party. So don't sit there and say you get 1,000 or 2,000 followers, but it's a plus to your party. Therefore, everyone has the right to affiliate with any other political party. So you can underestimate whoever choose to go wherever they want to go. But the issue is that let the Liberty Party, the ANC, or this enchanted or UP prove themselves that they had the normal counts October 2023.
Thank you,
this
sir.
is why we won. It is a challenge, an open challenge.
Thank
and
you.
The masses are going against the ruling party, and it's glaring that they have seen the fight. Now
Thank you,
they are
sir.
emerging
Thank
to
you.
re-elect His Excellency Dr. George Mano. We are counts October 10th of this year. So,
okay, let me take this person. You're welcome.
Good evening, Aaron, and good evening to all Liberians following the conversation this evening. Aaron, thank you all so much. My name is Sam Walker, and I speak to you from Gatnesville. Aaron, you see, this is what we've been talking. I mean, this very political party that are giving their support to the ruling coalition are the very parties that were critical. But now, I think to a certain extent, they've gone back in their concepts and begin to realize that yes, indeed, even though we have criticized him, but I think, there are some work that he did, and we will applaud him. And how can we applaud him? But, buttressing the effort. And in that, is also say, by which means of buttressing the effort? But buttressing the effort to get there for the second time, because in their mind, we have people there. They tell us that yes, indeed, what President Weah did in his first term, as compared to previous administration, is immeasurable. So it is based on this principle, these people coming out to realize that yes, indeed, President Weah is the perfect choice that can maintain the state after 2029. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sam Walker. Let's take this person, Walker.
Yeah, good evening, and good evening to all of your panelists.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Stephen Noah, and I call you from Marquesas Bolivar residence.
Okay.
Let me say thank you to all of the panelists. They have given a brilliant analysis on the topic under discussion. But I want to remind some people about the political parties who gave CDC the chunk of vote, especially in the second round. That is the MDRO. Now, the MDRO is likely not to support the second presidential bid of Ambassador George Mano Weah. And secondly, most of these political parties that have joined the CDC today, they were not with them in the first round, even the second round. Now, Neil Jones is no longer giving loans like before, and that is a minus for them. Like Fagon said, and Wuzi said, you can only count about 6 persons individual because of their own personal aggrandizement. 6 persons have joined the political party. Can they convince even 50 persons? No. So I can simply say that a greater majority of the population is still with the opposition. And I will say this, whether Ambassador Joseph Nimabwake goes in the second round with Ambassador Weah, I can simply say this, ANC will not, if they do not go in the second round, they will not support the CDC. Equally so, if even Tiawan Goglo does not go in the...
Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I wanted sorry. I caught you up. You're mistaken. Actually,
you got point back on.
Yeah. I wanted to okay the other but I didn't know the main line he was on. So I'm sorry. Yes, go ahead. Sorry, I'm very sorry.
This is Edward Spencer Intro, and I call my resident here in Tupuru. Regard to the endorsement today for me, I have a phone to make for ourselves, like making it feel like how the people for you and but I will be on the Lord Party issue. The other party is not split into two, it's not split into half. The other party is the Liberia Party. Remember, the Liberia Party stronghold is Grand Pastor County. All the election that Council President has people in the country that the Liberia Party have won almost 90% is Grand Pastor County. Most of it cannot go in Grand Pastor to encourage anybody to stay away from St. Laurent. That's why I don't know. But it's Mutabi stronghold. Can Mutabi convince somebody from Grand Pastor to say go for Kumi to disagree with St. Laurent. Laurent is a landlady of Grand Pastor County, and that is strong of the Lodi Party. 95% with Joseph Imagwaka. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me take more. That Richardson, can I take more calls?
Take it.
Take two more, and I'm gonna ask Remy Gay and Al Hussein to give their phone numbers because they promised that they would give their numbers for people from the diaspora to call them.
From the
Yeah, I see most of them requesting. Welcome, let's hear you.
Okay, you want to get a number, you can get your number too. I'm trying to protect
No,
you.
it's also ANC people call the hotel.
And what's you want to get a number, you get a citizen, you want to get a number, you get
I
a
said,
number.
what my friend here, I make it come for the room behind
Go ahead, you're alive.
You come here right there.
Are you there?
Yes.
Let me take this other person from this side here. Welcome, you're alive. Go ahead. You are live on the radio.
Yeah, this is DJ Lome calling from Hallway.
Go ahead.
That DJ Lome and that DJ party today were there.
Let me ask you the DJ, he got it for a nation, not the.
No, I think it was isn't DJ Lome from P.
That DJ Blue, that one is DJ Blue.
Oh, okay.
DJ Blue.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, that
okay.
DJ Lome.
I'm just going to hold you right there.
He's a disc jockey, an old man in the business.
Oh, okay.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, I'm going to hold you that or to ask you more questions, but go ahead. Thank you.
Let me say this. You see, DJ Blue then running over there is because of financial cash. They know that Tokate is gone. That party needs something to run on. They got nothing now. All the places they rented, I can tell you, they guys don't have money to pay for the places that they rented. So they had to run to the ruling party because the ruling party get mad. All the door party will run to the ruling party because of money. At the end of the day, when we go to the ballot bag, you now see people to fight. So what Honorable Fagon said and what Woozy said is a fight. This thing here, they're not going nowhere. We're tired with the people. They put for all enough. CDC, they steal the data to us, since the country was founded, nobody has done it. Up to now, they still stealing. Check yesterday, another people came up, 40 million were given to them for 3 schools in 3 counties, Nima County, Bon County, and Makidi. Since 2019, now 47 million were given to them by World Bank. Where is that money? And where is it bidding? People can steal too much. We're tired with them.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. That's the last call from Liberia, and then we're going to
already holding on.
Yeah, go ahead. That's what I said. That's this one.
Okay. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yes, hello.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You are live.
Thank you very much. I'm a friend and I call from Paris. This is my first time calling on the show. Please, just an appeal for us international callers. Can you give our particular number that we can get through easily? Where it's sometimes difficult.
Yeah, James will do that. James will get a number.
Thank you very much. I just want to ask some of you panelists, do you actually trust and believe in UG Fagon when he speaks to you people? Do you actually trust him? The word that comes from his mouth, do you trust this young man?
We're not going to answer questions about panelists on this show. Can you ask the caller to please get to the facts, please?
I think that's a rhetorical question. I don't think he needs answer for that.
Okay, so what I want to say is that UG Fago is somebody who is not trusted. And I want
we cannot talk about other panelists on the show, Aaron. We cannot do that.
Fago's next victim.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for calling. Before I go on to the panelists, I just want to make a few quick important announcements. We're going to have a time change in the United States. We spring forward, and therefore the time will change in terms of when we're starting the show. The show will move to being started at 4 p.m. as opposed to 3:30, and that would be 4 p.m. USA time. That would be 8 o'clock Liberian time. Okay, so we're now going to start the show in the U.S. at 4 p.m. as opposed to 3:30, 4 p.m. USA time, and 8 p.m. Liberian time. All right. That's the first announcement. My second announcement is that on Monday, we're going to have Rodney C.A. You guys all know him. He's the owner of Front Page Africa. He is in the United States right now, as of, I believe, today, launching his book. He's going to be here on Monday speaking about his book and other national issues. So I just want one of you who are here with us, audience, to please come back on Monday for another interactive, spirited conversation. Okay, I'm just gonna go and ask James Goodday.
So I posted 2 numbers out there. You can use either of them.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Goodday.
Good evening, Flomo Augusta P.
Yes, my name is Augustus P. Flu, and thanks for having me Kude and the panel and the panelists over there. Nyobli Kanga is no landlady for Grandpastor Kante. She barely beat West on that Finley. Less than 500 votes. If it was not because of Vincent Willie being injected in that race by Bill Traore, that district number 4 in Grandpastor Kante, Western Affiliate would have beaten Nyobli Kanga. She's no landlady. And then finally, if you want to have an idea whether political party join or 6-foot join or 10-foot join, look at the polls. In Lofa County, they had a poll there. George is even flocking Joseph Walker in Lofa County. So whether 6-foot join, 10-foot join does not matter. The ballot box will be the determining factor. Thanks for having me, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Another cause from. But James, I thought you pinned the number.
Another call, you get called?
I got a lot of local calls here, but
Sorry,
we
go to the diaspora. Do we have
yeah, I have one more.
Look for my number. I posted it there.
Hello, please walk away from your monitor.
I got no call.
Good day. Can you hold on, please? Can you guys please hold on? Good day.
Hold on.
Remy Gray, can you announce the number? Is it something you feel comfortable announcing?
Yeah. 763-447-1063. Another number there would be 612-416-9205.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
And if you go, I got a call here.
And callers, I advise that when you call, please take the issue. We really appreciate it.
Hold on. All right, go ahead. Your name and where you joining us from?
So my name is James N. Fala, and I do join from the District 8. And unfortunately, I am a representative aspirant. I must admit this is my first time because I've been trying. I've always listened to Spoon, but the reason for which I've not been calling is because of one guy who was on this show, Keba Sam. I've always said that. I've been monitoring, but I've not called because every time listening.
Yeah, thank you. Please go to the issue.
Yeah. So, to just go directly to the issue. I listen to these political parties. Let me agree with Honorable Facade. Most of the parties that join today are parties that do not have that numerical strength. And I say to you, James, and your bosses, if you have to look at critically, just a few years back, you look at the 19 senators that endorsed Ambassador Bwaka. Yes, they endorsed Ambassador Bwaka, but were they able to convince, their followers? No, they did not follow. They did not convince their followers. The more the endorsements were done, that is how, Ambassador Bwaka was beaten. So most of the people that you see joining now, Kassia is no longer around. So the guys are moving to President Weah for the sole purpose of maintaining some of their headquarters, their party headquarters. They don't have the capacity financially to maintain those headquarters they are currently.
Okay.
That's the major reason for which some of them
thank you.
joining.
Thank you. I have another.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm going to move on right now. Let me just again reiterate my announcement today. This show is going to be moving to a 4 p.m. start time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. I know there's many time zones in the United States. I just want to clarify that it's 4 p.m. Eastern time, and that would be 8 o'clock Liberian time beginning on Monday because of the way we spring forward and fall back in the United States. On Monday, we're also going to have the owner, founder of Front Page Africa, Rodney Say, is going to be here. The launching of his book and also national issues. I'd like to move on now for us to go to our closing matters, but I just want to check in with Colonel Gray. Do you have anybody on your line?
I do have one caller here. Caller, go ahead. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm Morris calling from Indiana. Yeah, I think there was so much of the panelists details are providing scientific information, and I love the speeches. However, let me just speak to the parties that joined the CDC. I want to agree with Facade. You know, when we have to understand first of all who are those guys. Who is McDonald Wento of the United People's Party? McDonald Wento banned a sedition. Even he never put to own party in 2017. All of the suppliers who been having at the party headquarters, McDonald Wento been paying for those supplies, and he banned a sedition. Joining a sedition. Mr. Doe just trying to exploit the contract because now the thing is from Mr. account, and Mr. Kasser party rent from Mr. Doe, which is the Rose Garden Plaza on Broad Street, Broad Street. So you have to go to the government to get his money back because the party has entered contract with him and he can give that part of the apartment that the party renting from him. So another thing, you talk about Neil Jones. Neil Jones here, today Neil Jones is nowhere around. We also have Neil Jones in my own community, Slipway Colonial Community. Neil Jones gave us $1.5 million rent dollar. So today is not around. Who among those guys that can go to all that, how they call, Maxwell Kimia? No. So I just want to say that those guys that joined the CDC today, they can't even get 5,000 votes. All of them, they can combine and compete. They can get 5,000 votes.
All right, caller. Let's take another call. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. I got one more call coming through. If you want, I can put them through.
Let's do that one call and that'll be it.
Okay, just a minute. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing?
Okay, yes. Go ahead and make your point. You're live on the air. What's your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Abraham Diga. This is my first time calling on this platform. I want to say thanks to all the people that are on the platform tonight.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. I just want to say, look, I want to say this, where some of the panelists are saying, Yomli Kanga, she don't have the number. Mr. Baga is old. You know, we have short time. When we so see, you know, when the game started, you don't know, you know, people will be guessing the person will win again, the person will win again. But when the game started, the first half, then we know who will win the game. So you gotta wait and see.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. You know, Madam, I have lots of people calling like crazy, but maybe we'll have to move.
Yes. I'm thankful that you offer your number. Those numbers that are offered, that's really good. That tells us
I got like tons of calls coming in right now.
Thank you, Remy Gray. That tells us a lot that people are enjoying the show. We are moving, we are progressing. We're going to be offering, you know, calls for people in the diaspora and calls for people in Liberia. That makes us well-rounded and open on this platform.
You know, let me put one caller. He has called like 9 times already. One Chris Weir. Let me just put him. You see, we're not doing this based on party line. I'm not a party fanatic. Are you there? Caller? Yeah. Go ahead.
How are you, Conor?
Go ahead, sir. I'm fine. Who is this?
Yeah, there is Chancellor Gibson, and I call from Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, the USA.
Okay. Give your point, sir. You're live on the air.
Okay, thank you. Let me say good evening to all Liberians and to all of our panelists. Good afternoon from my angle. I want to come up with these 6 political parties that came out and endorsed the CDC today. More especially for me, I heard from the Movement for Economic Empowerment Move, and one of the founding members at the time that political party was FOJ, the FOJ, that is the Friends of Jones. We are coming up with our political statement. Come 2023, the presidential who will be supporting. Dimas recommend who is the former chairperson and also the current leader, for who the originals we are coming. Today, the statement that they came up with, it is not in the purview with the executive. So Dimas recommend alongside with the other guys, we know what they afford. They are just behind the ruling political party because they want to get us something. We know his record.
That man from where, America?
Dr. June's 2017. We know how he stole his staff, the doctor behind him, and we are coming, and we will come up with our political statement. Move is not like no support to any other ruling political party. We're coming up. Thank you, and thank you to the Liberian people.
Oh man, thank
I'm
you.
sorry. I'm sorry. Watson, did you say you had a caller? Let me give, to be fair again, let me give our only suggestion on the show extra preference here. Please give your one caller.
Really? You're really good to be sedition nowadays.
I'm trying to tell us that they can't accuse us. Go ahead. Unmute yourself, Mr. Watson. We can't hear you.
From your side, I don't know what's going on.
No, we can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. We were not getting you.
No, good. You the cause. You just unmuted me.
Yes, I saw him. I saw him today. Yes, you caught him.
Yeah.
Nothing in the show. I gotta go eat my food today.
He was caught. This undercover sedition was caught.
No, he's not here. Undercover sedition. The man got his own issues.
No, that want to be. That's why he want to be.
Okay. We have on the line Peter C. Double Jr. He joined us from Philippines, and by the way, he's one of the students seeking his master's in statistics in the Republic of Philippines. So, Peter C. Double, you are welcome to Spoon Talk.
Yes, thank you very much, Wuzi, and thanks to the panelists of the Spoon Talk. I want to say hello to Liberia. My name is Peter C. Double Jr., Masters of Statistics in the Philippines. I was sent here by Legis. But before that, for the issue of PLP involvement in that entire endorsement, that is just a fiasco because before Liberia, I served as the chief propagandist of the party. And several occasions, there were some issues relating to this DJ Blue within that party. DJ Blue entire objective was to ensure that he gets money from the paper so that he can be able to finance his campaign in district number 17. DJ Blue and Tapo Ido were the two persons that got involved into that endorsement program, and the entire executive, the youth league, and other executive members are having a unique press conference on Monday of next week to rubbish that entire endorsement that the party has. In fact, the guys they are even saying that they're having independent people liberation party and they will divide the party. But let's go to the issue. I just want to, appeal to the Spoon show, even though on Monday they are bringing Honorable CA, Rockney CA, but I want to appeal to the Spoon show to just give me 15 minutes of their time on Monday or even 30 minutes.
Okay, we'll get, the team will get back to you.
Legis has abandoned me because I advocated last year that we should get our benefit for 3 months. We could not get anything. They just sent us in the Philippines, and this is a World Bank fully funded scholarship program. The World Bank paid the money already is in the account of Apple Bank, and the funding is being released.
Mr. Peter,
through the project management unit of finance ministry.
Okay, so
project to enhance statistics in West Africa, and Liberia share is 30 million.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Peters. Mr. Peters.
We'll get back to you.
Yes. You have a story that Liberia needs to hear. So we will definitely get back to you.
Okay, so Peter, the team will get back to you. The team responsible for follow-ups will get back to you for now in the next 24 hours, okay?
Yes, thank you. Yes.
All right then, bye-bye.
Okay, we've heard all of our callers. We deliberated on issues here today. We are going to move into our closing today, and it is 6:10. I would like to begin with Colonel Remy Gray. Let him just give us his conclusions or his parting comments.
I think the as October is getting closer, the landscape is it's getting murky, it's getting bumpy, and most of those who um are stuck in the past, thinking that the numbers they had in the past there should what should dictate 2017. Yeah, it's good to predict on those numbers, rely on those numbers, but I tell you, they're not outliers. They're not the kind of numbers that people should begin to hold on to as a surety bond that they'll win 2023. Liberians have seen quite a bit, and they will make the ultimate decision. But I think in this, people are transcending beyond party lines. Like Liberia would love to hold on to certain things like a faction. You go back, it's all based on the culture that we came into being after our civil war, where folks quick to pay allegiance to anything they support, like it's their religion, their basic belief, their basic, like their life is attached there. Of course, you have to be able to pay attention to politics that way, but to
30
think
seconds
that
to the break.
yes, but the thing that your political party is your life, is your this, your that, your everything. I think you have to, reel back a little bit, come back and look at yourself. Is my life better today than it was 5, 6 years ago? If I vote this person, would they improve my life? You understand? And if you shift away from that loyalty that you hold on to that political parties like your God or your religion, I think you think soberly and reflect better and make the right decision. That's all I have to say here.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Warzi.
Well, thank you. I'd like to close by calling on my party, the CDC, the entire leadership back home, to do the following. One, try to reconcile the party, reach out to the stakeholders who endorsed this party in 2017 that resulted to the CDC victory. Three, stop running beyond all these insignificant numbers. They're not going anywhere. We want to see people like Ega Koluba, the UW of MDR, or the entire MDR endorsing the CDC. We want to see bigger things. Let us rejuvenate the momentum. To think that because we are in power, that means we have already won, I think it's a myth. And let us not underestimate the outcome of the 2023 elections. It will be an unfair thing for all to sit back. We all know in a party we have a lot of disenchanted people. We cannot make everybody happy. But let us put aside this cold shouldering, let us put aside the dismissive posture and reach out. CDC, let's stop disrespecting our own. Let's stop condemning our own. Appreciate your own. You already have a base, steer the base strategically. To sit down and say 1.8% party finish doesn't usually been winning, that's a myth. I said, well, we have different strategy behind the scene outside the democratic process. But if we want to win the way we won, some of us, President, I know you are following the show or you follow the show later. You know what we did. A caller made a comment that these parties joined because they were critical before. The parties that endorsed the president have never been critical before. That's a blatant lie. The statement made by one Sam Walker. That's not true. And people who keep flattering the party unnecessarily are not doing the party well. Those of us now are considered as people who are not loyal seditious. But seditious will get to know in the near distant future.
30 seconds, Mr. Warzi.
So I'd like to say thanks so much. And I hope we give the students from Philippines the opportunity on Monday to talk about their ordeal. So thanks once again to all of our callers, to the team back home, to the team members of my own media conglomerate back in Liberia. I'd like to say thanks so much to all of you, my colleagues in here on this platform. Thanks, and thank you, Liberia. Thanks to all the callers from the diaspora. I want to encourage you to keep following because we are working together to ensure that we advance the general interest of our country beyond our individual interests. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Warsi. James, good day. Your parting thoughts.
Yeah, many thanks to everybody for joining. I just want to say I don't know where Minister Fagon took his political analysis from. Since I've been reading political theorists, he's the only political specialist or scientist who will look at 28,000 votes and say it is insignificant. Since from Plateau days to today, Fagon is the first person to say that to say that publicly that.
So you better read the Plateau days. What are you giving over?
Oh. Mr. Walsey, I beg you, closely please don't prolong this show for us. My grandson will look at me.
I'm telling you.
Plato contributed seriously to the development of politics back in Athens.
You mean Plato or Plato?
The development of politics.
When you
Well, yeah, let James get finished, please. Let's respect.
What am I to do with it? I'm 33.
And then we're gonna go.
Okay, let me conclude.
I will sing, and then I will go, and then Fagon's gonna take us home.
Yeah. So today I learned new thing from Minister Fagon to look at 28,000 and say it is insignificant. And I don't know if Mr. Wozi will speak on this because seditionists, some of them reached out to me. That is what I'm asking you. They believe that yesterday when you said the government should pay your money, or should pay people who work for their money, they don't want to pay, how they will survive. They are saying that you are a consultant in the government and Minister Tue has refused to pay your money. The reason why I brought it up, it is good you call it up at this stage and give clarity before tomorrow it gets to a place that you will be coming out to defend. That is why I decided to ask you today. And again, I'm repeating it.
So why are you asking in the chat room or in the background?
For what? They still radio.
Mr. Wasi, you got your time coming next week. On Monday we will see each other. So yes, that was good. Good day. Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm done. Juma Jara, I don't got no web call.
Thank you. Let's Mr. Hussein, please come in, please.
All right. Well, I will end with this.
I'm an old man in the
Mr. Watson, you're interrupting.
Good day. I'm an old man in this business.
Interrupting. Go ahead, Mr.
Now, one of the things we get from sedition, they're always disrupted things. But
sorry.
On a serious note, I don't care whether 6 men, 6 parties, 6 individuals, 6 institutions. I don't care who support John.
No, please take that back. That ANC platform here.
No, it's not about ANC. I have not professed to support any party. I have a membership card. I can prove that you are an ANC member. No, I'm not.
Mr. Wasi, please stop disrupting.
I do not have a card. I'm not a member. I've not expressed that publicly or even.
Yeah, you receive when you travel to Hong Kong. We got a copy of the transfer. On the ANC account in Minnesota.
No, I use my own phone. The CDC, if you guys ever produce that information, I would never come on the show again. I use my own finances to go to Hong Kong to investigate that. Did not even know about that investigation. There were few people that knew about that investigation. They didn't know about it until we came back. But anyway, the thing is, it doesn't matter.
Mr. Wasi.
I mean,
trying to disrupt my train of thought. It will not work yet. We've been in it for long too. The thing here is it really doesn't matter to me who support the CDC or not. Like I said, one thing that is very common or very prevalent in Nigerian politics is that every time our politicians get hungry, they eat their integrity. That's what we find. It's not based on integrity. It's not based on anything. It's just based on survival. So these political maneuvering, moving here and there, these are not things that we'll stop seeing. This is something this is the silly season. This is the time for everybody to grab the shell of the elephant meat. Joe, we have started eating from day one, and more people will come. But I will not discount the fact that 6 person or 6 institutions join the CDC. These things will happen, more will join them. How does this translate into vote is what we yet to see. And I want to say another thing again that is even more important than 6 people joining the CDC. It's about October 10th. And I will say that for my opening and my closing every time I come on the platform, and that's why I will dedicate my time to. That October 10th, good governance is on the ballot. October 10th, national security is on the ballot. The safety and security. Solving our court cases is on the ballot. Seeking justice for our people is on the ballot. Fighting against corruption is on the ballot. Having foreign direct investment come to Liberia is on the ballot. These are the things that you're going to be. Make sure that the Yana boy and Yana girls on Broad Street, the people in West Point, the people in our slums and different Zogos on the ballot. How they're going to be treated is on the ballot. Having better health care is on the ballot. If you believe that in the last 6 years, it was better than even early worse years, then the choice is clear. It doesn't matter how many people support the CDC. It doesn't matter how many people will be giving cash to support them. These things is a common thing we have made it a tradition. People get rights, they give you rights today, you vote for them, they turn it back tomorrow. We have seen it time and time again, and we keep doing the same thing. So you now have another opportunity. I will not tell you who to vote for, but I would continue to tell you who not to vote for. We gave one group of people 12 years. In the 12 years, no car was bankrupt. A lot of things happened. There were a lot of corruption, corruption. We gave another group 6 years. In the last 6 years, we have seen what Propo have turned into the new rich. And Change for Hope have been giving other people the opportunity to keep our people in destitute. So the choices are clear. Look out there for those that have not hurt you before, and at least make your bet on them. And that's all I'm going to say through this. So I don't care who support the administration. They can keep going and they can keep living in that illusion. October 10 will be the deciding factor.
Thank you. I'm going to give my closing points, and then we're going to have Mr. Fagon take us home. I want to say that the concept of popularity and numbers, they do tend to be very popular in our country. And I know what I have to say may not be popular among many people, but I want Liberians to consider that democracy involves much more than who's popular and who got the most numbers, okay? None of those things. Numbers have not contributed to the development of our country. We are seeing that now. Popularity have not contributed to the development of our country. Democracy, okay, involves a whole lot more than popularity and the highest numbers that you have to win. 50% plus 1. It involves good governance. It involves a democracy that is for the people, by the people, and of the people. It involves inclusiveness. It involves equity. Yes, I love my culture. I love my ethnicity. I love my beliefs. I love the fact that I come from Liberia, that with mixed background inside of me. I love the beauty of our culture. But times have changed. Development have happened. The days where my great-grandfather used to sit in a village, or my great-grandmother was Zoe for a village to solve problems, those days are still here, but those problems were only solved in the villages, okay? Now, we want government that will be in the best interest of all Liberians. Government that will pass laws that will have good schools for that very village that my grandmother is for, not just for a certain group of people. And to do so, we need to think strategically. We need to think about who can create a deserving Liberia, who can create a better Liberia than for us to continue to go back to this percentage thing just because me and you come from the same town, I will vote for you just because you play better football, because you play, because you better than me, or you come from this group. No, we need to think, how are we going to develop our country? And so far, what we have, this popularity has not been working for us. And it is so important. October 10th, Liberians need to think about a more deserving Liberia. And I stop there and go to Mr. Falcon to take us home.
Thank you, Madam Moderator, and thanks to all of you. Thanks to our many viewers out there in TV land, Radio Land listening, as well as our global audience. Thank you to all of my fellow panelists once again, and those who called in and contributed. We say a big thank you to all of you for keeping this show alive and keeping the dream of the man who gave us a platform so that our voices can be heard, regardless of our religion, our sex, or our political affiliation, whatever the case may be. He just wants us to have our voices heard. Point of correction to you, good day. When Mr. Wozi sat on the platform, he said the government owes his media institution, and I am a witness to it. When he left the government, he founded his media group, the newspaper and everything, which you know about, and the government is indebted to him to the tune of almost 70,000 United States dollars. As deputy minister, I was aware, and I approached to her on the several occasions to have the brother's monies paid to him. This had nothing to do with consultancy, whether it's of late or in the past. Second thing I want to state to you for the record is that Eugene Facade is the only one who believes that 28,000 is insignificant. No, it's very significant, my friend. The 28,000 you're talking about is not for Kenya. When males Jews were borrowing market women and money to get out 12,000, since you've been knowing Kenya, your kinsman, has he even given you bread for you to can't get 12,000 to him?
I did not go to him
begging. Numbers. And I can tell you,
please allow me to close.
Of all the callers that called tonight, you heard them. I agree with Minister Fagon. I agree with Minister Fagon. The reason why they're agreeing with me because it's practical. Secondly, at your age, 33, even though you say you've been reading St. Plato time, at your age, 33, and was it what behind you, Jenna? You say you've been reading St. Plato time. Everybody said Jesus. Now, at your age, at 33, when you were not born, I was in Liberian politics. Check my records. And I'm well known. I have contributed 38 to 40 years of my living years in politics. The people you are talking about, when you said 28,000, that's 2017, the comparative analysis we always make is look at the numbers then, and then we make a projection for today. It doesn't mean that number for JMV or for Jowia. A typical example, those of us who are with Jowia in 2017 and brought him, we there now? You think all the people with Joseph Waka will be there? Maybe somebody will go to the other man. But when we do comparative analysis, we look at the facts as opposed to the fiction. And let me state for the record, you heard from PRP people, you heard from UPP people, my brother, for as long as you will remain on a cover a few days, good day, for as long, you see, a general house Hussein.
Just for one, honestly, because edition.
Well, hey, brother, and James Flomo called to you, came in chair, let me finish. A general Hussein who say, he not for no party, but y'all get all up for 2 years, and y'all now, so we are not fair, y'all so gonna way. Look to someone different. Who the other person are different now?
It can be Tyrone Walker, it could be anyone.
Everybody know the other person are different than Kumis. Me so I don't make plan with my friend who in the opposition, no. But when you say certain things, we know. So I'm going to conclude by just saying to all of our listeners out there who've been in the team long, even DJ Blue has said all of the clerk and tell you, I'm here for a story. I may not even win again no more. But they are going there because we know what's up. And by the end of March towards July, good day, you will come back and tell me, unless I was wrong in 2017, I'm saying, yes, I would say something here, it will be big tonight. The first big thing I said on this platform, I said the only path to the presidency for Mr. Kumis is through Joseph Parker. Everybody said, oh, I left it. But I never backed down for it. I'm going to tell you something. I am increasingly becoming afraid that President Weah might not make it to the second round. Mark what I'm telling you. President Weah might not make it to the second round. I stand by what I say. Because when Parker and Kumis are finished taking that team, they are minor point. I don't want to hear the need Weah today. He might not make it to the second round. I end on that note.
Thank you very much, audience. Please join us 4 o'clock Eastern time, United States time, Eastern time. Well, and 8 o'clock Liberian time. We're gonna have on Monday. We're gonna have Rodney C here. We want to thank all of our viewers and listeners for being here today. We come from different backgrounds. We, tell you how we think. It's up to you now to marinate it and make informed decisions on October 10th and thereafter for the betterment of our country. Thank you very much. I will see you guys.
Don't forget to tell your grandson thank you. Now he didn't run yet today.
He waiting for me outside. I thought I had it. Bye-bye.
He didn't run yet today. You can tell him thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Now, it all like people for concert as citizen.
Yeah, man, I got citizen.
I go now.
No, you're not citizen.
No, waiting for you to go. You don't go when I go.
James is Monica.
Who they call Monica James?
Forget about Joma Jala. You know what Joma Jala talking? You the Joma. I come in for him. We get inside all the.
Okay, folks, this is how we end this edition of the program Spoon Talk. Like you listen to Dr. Richardson. On Monday, we're going to have Ronnie C. here. He's going to be our guest. And also, the show going to be starting 8 p.m. at Berta. 8 p.m. So we're going to come down further to 8 p.m. Thanks for joining us. My name is Aaron. Thanks to all of you. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Aaron. Bye-bye.